Booyaka, booyaka. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again on a terrific Tuesday night. So, of course, we got NXT tonight. Lots going on, including a steel cage match. We're going to get into all of it. Me and that pretty face have you for the next 2+ hours. So make sure you hit the like, subscribe, be a part of the show, be a part of the family, and strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are jumping into WWE NXT tonight. Lots going on, lots of surprises apparently with NXT right now. So we will see what the night brings, but everything going to be capped off with a steel cage match. Like I said, me and that pretty face have you for the next little while. Get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Say hello. Say howdy. Say whatever, but get in there. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. I will remind you, though, I am every night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and I used to have friends, but now I got enemies because we got this steel cage tonight.
Ah, you heard.
Yeah. I fumbled the lyrics, but I got there now.
Absolutely, Nick. Big steel cage tonight. Lots to talk about coming out of Raw. Still more IWC news, more Twitter stuff, more fun stuff with Tony Khan. But tonight, steel cage, what we feel is going to be a send-off for one, if not both of these gentlemen. So very interesting times with a looming draft. And again, a match that might have under-delivered at Stand and Deliver gets a run back tonight.
And this really does feel like it's got to be the big launching for both of these guys, for Carmelo to the main roster, wherever he ends up with the draft. I would assume SmackDown, because I'd hate to just sign somebody and lose them 2 months later or anything. And Trick, especially if he's going to jump into a feud with Ilya, where he's putting his run in NXT on the line and everything. You really got to give him a good launching point too. I think this will be a much better match, hopefully. And I'm going to say early, I think Trick wins. I think that's kind of obvious. But yeah.
Well, it's again, though, the compelling part of this is Ilya has been such a dominant champion. He could beat Trick and send him to the main roster.
Yeah, but I feel like with the Monday Night Raw after Mania that you were, a bit of a fan more of than I was. I think those were more tree-out matches than just show-out matches of... We're going to end up, I think we're much closer to Ilya versus Gunther being a potential on the main roster than we are, respectfully, to say Trick versus Carmelo on the main roster.
Yeah, fair enough. And I don't necessarily go out on the stipulation, but end up kind of failing upwards is a bit tricky, right? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we got NXT coming your way. Get in that chat. I see it filling up already. We will say hello to everybody out there. But what are we looking at? About 10 minutes away from showtime. Ridge Holland going to take on Wilde tonight. Very interesting.
Yeah, well, he retired for all of, 2 minutes, 2 seconds. I feel like we know a few people have done that same type of stuff. But yeah, it's really interesting that Ridge retired and then is instantly back and he's feuding with Joaquin Wilde.
I don't know how this is going to play out if he ends up in the going against all the LWI. I have no idea, but yeah, I mean, I'm a little disappointed. No salmon suit. Where was the salmon suit if you're going to pull this kind of shit?
Yeah, well, and would you now, especially with we just got Sheamus back, and I feel bad now because we mentioned about him being a little huskier than he was before. But I feel like a lot of people have mentioned that now. So no, we love you, Sheamus.
There's nothing wrong with a little muffin top. There's nothing wrong with a little muffin top.
Be big. Big is beautiful. But I would expect to see maybe Ridge go maybe after a Sheamus or anything like that. Like, what's he going to do in NXT anymore? Like, he's kind of been just there.
Yeah. To me, Ridge's storyline is kind of, it's almost rivaled some of the other storylines that just
hate trying, staring at a wall, I'm trying to think of
has
other obscure,
not-
mundane tasks.
Right? It's almost been like the Von Wagner storyline of like, is this still happening? Like, where are we going
It's
with this?
better because there was at least something. We thought the man's head got crushed. The most this guy did is just done, and then we're like, okay, bye.
Right.
You can see
Fair enough.
yourself out.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, tonight we'll find out what this means. What does it play into? Plus, we got some other things going on, so it'll be a fun one. You wanted to mention, what were you talking about before we came on? And I was like,
we were talking about the QR code and everything like that, but we can
QR
talk about
code.
that now, or we can talk about that on a commercial break because we got about 8 minutes before showtime, and I don't know if we want to talk to people's in the chat.
Well, let's say hello to the people first before we dive into anything else.
Right.
Look away, sir.
Okay. We got Anna saying what up. She was in here early, 9 a.m.
Morning.
Yeah.
Rolled out of bed.
What up? Just excited for everything. There's us again, letting you know. Make sure you hit that like button. Samoan Spike it, all of that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Anna, again, confused.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. She said,
good morning, good evening. And if I don't see you, have a good night.
Yeah. And if I don't catch you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Right.
Kevin, what up? Rapunzel, letting us know we got 30 likes in the car. Wow, I'll say words. 30 likes already.
30 likes. Yeah, I want to see triple digits, folks. So be a friend, tell a friend. Let's get these streams to triple digits. We've been having a lot of fun sitting in triple digits as of late. So help us get back there. Let's go. Go find your friends.
Wesley, what up? We were a whole minute, so he was concerned of making sure we're still good.
We're here, but not all there.
I appreciate it. Oh, absolutely. James, what up? First name John, what up? We got Richard, and then I don't know if that might be a potential spoiler because we got first name John saying, please don't comment spoilers, folks. I know they're out there. Are there spoilers out there? I was unaware.
For tonight?
I'm unsure, but I allegedly.
First name John. What are you worried about spoiling?
Right. Well, Eric brings up a point here, and I won't read the full comment because it gets a little aggressive on the back end here. But he's talking about we talked about this though, of people being upset about Liv and kind of blaming her for causing the injury, and it seems
is this
like
a real thing?
Some people.
Is this a real thing?
A little bit. People are weird on the IWC. We know.
So
that
here's the solution: if you see anyone posting literal anger, just block them, cut them off.
Yep.
Everyone block them and let them talk amongst themselves. Because clearly, come on, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here?
And Rhea's out for, I've seen allegedly like 3-4 months. It's not like
what?
Go ahead.
Yeah, we got about 6 minutes, so I'll try and make this short and sweet. I saw a lot of people with the backlash of like other wrestlers got hurt and they didn't have to give up their titles. Time, place, and don't forget, people. I will remind everybody: new regime, new era, new plan, new approach to things. So yeah, in the past, others were allotted. I know Seth got a little bit of leeway, but he was in an active storyline. So if they feel like this is best, not a big deal. She'll be back in 3-4 months and she'll get her belt back.
They also made this an active storyline. They very much used this to an extent to embolden that angle 100%. The pop Rhea is going to get that when she comes back is going to be insane.
Do people tweet about like TV shows? Like if like their favorite character dies, do they start like tweeting the actor like "fuck you, Keanu Reeves"? Like,
I mean, probably, to be honest, people are not all there,
right? Like,
not as aggressive as the WWE or wrestling fans. Let's say that, yeah.
Oh, people, that's why you come
they
here.
They have very much 100% made. Sorry, they have made this a whole angle, and it was Rhea who allegedly, technically, kind of put Liv on the shelf before. So they're using this as building up the blood feud here.
And there was lots of reports that they believe that Rhea actually hurt her arm at Mania.
Really? I had not seen that. Well, we were cautious because she had the brace and everything going in
for the wrist. Yeah. But there was rumors that she hurt herself at Mania. Then they did the angle to do what they did this week. Like it was a plan.
Okay.
Right?
Fair enough. And at the end of the day, I'm glad it's not a goddamn head injury more than anything.
Absolutely. I mean, again, she'll be back. She's young. She was on top of the world. And when she comes back, she's going to eat it alive. And it's going to get a huge reaction when she returns. And whoever's holding on to the belt, run.
Right. But rapid fire through the names here. Wesley,
Yes.
what up, my guy? John, what up? Eric, what up? Pastor, we have been blessed by the pastor. Hey, people, acknowledge me. Real is tribal chief. There you go. We got you, Pastor.
There you go. There you go.
Bless us, we'll acknowledge you. Trade off.
Right?
Brandon, what up, Stan? Good evening, Wrestling for Life Network gang. Paul's letting us know he's here for attendance.
Builder, love it.
Money. Scott, what up?
Throw
just mentioning how
throw a
the storyline.
Sheamus muffin top. Would that be a ginger muffin?
I was almost gonna say brand muffin, but I'm like, I don't think that really works.
I don't think that works.
Damien saying Ripley will be out 4 to 6 weeks or 3 months. That's what I've heard. Yeah. Again, it's not like Wesley's still out on the sidelines, folks. Let's not forget that. So,
well, even look at Sheamus, right? Sheamus was apparently good to go late November.
He was on the show for damn near a year.
100%. So, I mean, give it time. And like I said, she's fine. She'll be back. And I don't think we can keep as a wrestling fan base go like, they never do this. And then they do it. And then they're like, why are they not doing it the way they always did it? you got to just understand.
Yeah.
Everything's
you can't call for change and then be mad when they change things.
Right.
Paul letting us know it's carrot cake muffin.
Carrot cake. Well played, sir.
And Richard has a fantastic question here real quick. Hey guys, after a day to sit with them, how do y'all feel about the new tag belts? I feel justified. I feel vindicated. They are ass, and I have seen multiple people say
I've seen multiple people say the
goddamn Ferrero Rocher tag team belts.
Remember, when you're looking for an answer, sometimes you find it. But no, I think they're okay. I think Boston in the chat last night brought up the idea like they're all round, and I saw the comparison to coins, which we laughed about. Yeah, maybe if they weren't so circular, if they weren't so perfectly round and they didn't look like a euro or something. But I love it. I love the etch work, just like the Monday night belt. I know we disagree on it, but I like when you look in and there's details. And on the one belt, I like the lions. I like the birds on the tag team belt. I don't hate it. I really don't. But then again, I'm not like a belt.
Well, no, we've also just established you like etch work. I don't. Well, that's basically what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm. You're like, it makes it look tinfoily. And I'm like, it's art.
Tinfoil is art, apparently. Tinfoil is art.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, ladies and gentlemen.
I tell my wife that every day. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Like,
that's why she behold. Jake, what up, my guy? Eric even saying Triple H even said Roman had it written in his contract for like months at a time. So I guess, I think that's obviously clearly the health thing. So he has those clear breaks and everything.
Yeah. And his health being a big part of that, as we're about a minute away from showtime, ladies and gentlemen. So we will be rocking and rolling in a moment here. Stoner Jesus, good to see you.
We've got Jesus and a pastor. We're double blessed.
Right. So welcome to the congregation, folks.
Thanks. Absolutely. Now we really do have a conversation with the congregation.
Facts. But good evening, sir. Fightful Select has reportedly reported Julia making her NXT debut July 7th, NXT Heatwave. I saw reports of this. Great. Let's go.
Might even be actually sooner than Mercedes Moné makes her in-ring debut, I feel.
I got now on my screen.
Yep.
Okay.
Forever.
No, just a second. 1 second. Forever. Nick and I are syncing up, ladies and gentlemen. You can do the same as Together is on my screen.
I got the logo. You there? Okay, so we're
okay. I got the logo as well.
Yeah.
I paused. You went by me.
Wow. Well, yeah.
It wasn't your fault. It was mine. We're on the bus. Let's go.
Right.
Adoyo rules.
Yeah, but I like this though. This is unique, and it's the interesting thing, especially with NXT, of it's always at the same place. It's the same people there for the most part. They kind of bus you in, they shuttle you in. It's on a college campus, so it's got that very much that homegrown,
absolutely
local indie vibe a bit.
Yeah, and I know people go a lot, like, so they, very familiar with the talent. They get what they're supposed to do. As they remind us, we're getting a steel cage match tonight, but we are all dialed in and ready to go. How long before someone reports that's a dig at AEW? Like, look, we got people coming to the show.
Yeah, if there's a will, there's a way. But I got Metaphor on the way.
Never had a 10, but I have Metaphor.
I have Metaphor.
Noam Dar. Now, Noam Dar is fighting Dijak, sir.
Yeah, he's going to take on the Dijakinator. You're just saying it now. I think they just have him wrestle now, so I'll do the voice and everything.
Right.
But yeah, who you got for this match?
I imagine it's got to be Dijak. Like, he's taken a lot of L's. He could use beating up little old, Meta here.
Yeah, Noam, respectfully. Noam's actually been great in NXT. Noam's just got to get just demolished here. You got to get around and walk through.
Right?
No way. No way.
But ladies and gentlemen, get in that chat. We take a prediction for every single match. We will take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So get in there, say hello, click all the buttons, do the stuff. But let's go. This is my favorite comment of the night so far.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't want to click on it. So glad you clicked on it. So you can be mad at him, not me, Boston.
I know. I'm clicking on that every time.
At least you're not the chocolate starfish, I guess. You're just the hot dog flavored water.
As here comes Dijak. Next.
Yeah, do it. Put that Noam down.
Metabor. Alexa's not on the meta train.
Does Wendy Chu need to join that group and then they can just be Meta Snore?
Meta Snore. There we go. I love that with Wendy Chu. That's another lady. Where did she go? Did she just get lost? Is she okay? Like, do we got to put a search?
Yeah, where's the search party for Wendy Chu? She might be sleeping under an overpass somewhere out there.
Like, where's Chu? Like, we choose you. Where are you?
Right.
Paul letting us know what. No, I hope it was good, sir.
Well, he's got the my Law and Order symptoms there that I always had before. Apparently, new era. We end up getting synced up a lot faster, it seems. So, thank you, Papa Paul, for that.
Right. Nobody taking Noam to start the show.
As I got bell ring, and everybody was out there just trying to, like it was a pop fly trying to catch Dijak's jacket.
Oh, nice little stalemate to start this one off.
Well, Noam's obviously chopping down the much bigger Dijak. Got him set up for chokeslam, it looks like.
This match is going to be, I'm really curious with this, how Noam hangs. We know he's
it's
solid cruiserweight.
Yeah, and he had the biggest run with the Heritage Cup and everything like that. Yeah. So he has been a bit established. Like I said, he's been good on NXT. I don't know if you're still not sold on Metaphor, but I've kind of liked them. It works in NXT.
Yeah. They're good for what they are. I think sometimes they're just too stupid. Like, there's a thin line between silly and stupid, and I think they wander into stupid sometimes. I don't mind silly. There's a place in wrestling for silly, but it gets a little dumb, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I want that on the soundboard, though, now, of the way you just said stupid there, like twice. Yeah, it sounded like you were just from Montreal, where we just were on Monday.
That's just flashbacks of my mom being like, what are you, stupid?
What are you doing in my swamp?
Yeah, right. Dijak for the win. Nobody taking Noam. Good to see you, Richard.
He's a little feller. And like you even said, Dijak's been on a bit of a losing streak. He lost at Stand and Deliver. He was already kind of losing beforehand. So he really kind of needs at least a win. And especially, is it not bad for him to get a win on a guy like Dijak or Noam, like we were saying, has at least some rep? It's not a job route. Yeah. It can be a back and forth match a bit.
Yeah, so it's not just like he's not in the place where I think squash matches are overly going to help him. We already know he's a badass. So you give us somebody that you know is going to give him a bit of a fight, right? We've seen Noam in the ring with some big guys and some good opponents and go toe-to-toe. So, yeah, you're bang on as far as nice challenge for Dijak. I imagine Dijak gets the win, and I agree with Richard here on this one of Noam will be Noam. It's like Dom Mysterio taking L. Doesn't matter. We're good.
Yeah, honestly, a little bit. Although I am curious as to why Jakara Jackson has an envelope at ringside here, but I've got Noam.
You are the father.
Yeah, do it. We did it. That's why I got the letter. Right. But now I've got Noam and a chokehold Dijak into the turnbuckle here.
Right.
There, you got Jesus on your side, so I guess I got to go and find, the opposite of Jesus. And
that's it. WWE is doing the Lord's work, Nick. You can't go against it right now.
Well, I think we're doing. This is when I got to take this shit to the Biblics because I see
right.
TV out here. Get the knee pads.
Get the knee pads. Let's go.
Someone actually saying saw Noam live at NXT Takeover Cardiff. Yeah, I'm surprised. Wales is close to Scotland, I guess, or something.
They're there. They're they hang out.
We're right. They're kissing cousins, but we are on a commercial break right now. So, hopefully, this is Dijak's final match in NXT. Would be interesting, especially with NXT involved in the draft. Who do we see anyone that isn't a current champion or kind of an easy projection that we thought to go up to the main roster get moved up from NXT?
Yeah, I definitely think there's going to be surprises. I think there's going to be a few more NXT people than some anticipate. I know there's obvious ones out there that seem like front runners, but I think kind of like what Vince, they did last draft. I don't want to even say Vince, but last draft, the concept was good, just no delivery, where you get a surprise Odyssey Jones, but then Trips, I'm hoping, would use him. Whoever it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say again. When we were talking about Wendy Chu, where's the fucking search party there for Odyssey Jones? This man's been missing all of 2 years now.
Right.
I'm expecting him to show up on milk cartons backstage at catering here.
And Zion Quinn pops up like a whack-a-mole every 3 months. Like, hey! And then gets squashed and back down to the bowl.
He's like the clown in Billy Madison. Hey, kids, I bet you thought that I was.
Dijak for the win.
Dijak Nate. Yeah, he sounded it out there. Yeah, but it's just funny. I think it's just become like the Dijak fan club channel a little bit.
It really has. They should run with it. Now the idea that Dijak, I could see Dijak getting drafted and being utilized on the main roster in a very good way. Him in that IC mix, him against the Sammy, sign me up.
You get Bronson Reed versus Dijak. You could get, theoretically, if we get Dominic Dijakovic more Dijak, you get him versus even a Gunther. Doesn't sound like a bad match. Let's not forget this is Dijak, who was having fantastic matches with Keith Lee. Keith Lee was as popular in NXT because of the feuds and matches he was having with Dijak. So let's not forget that.
Oh no, and I mean, again, the list goes on. Sheamus just came back. I'll take that matchup. So again, we know what Dijak can do. He's been down there for a while. This current gimmick, I think, has a ceiling if you don't move on it. Like, what's he going to do? Arrest Trick Williams next week? Like, well, where do we go with it?
Yeah. I'm still telling you,
everybody.
Honestly, I'm still telling you, you just stitch all those segments together. You just get a McBain movie. Dijak with a vengeance.
The Dawn returns tonight. Your Paisan is back.
Yeah, the good Paisan. Well, it's going to be interesting to see where he goes now after obviously failed attempt at the world title. Are they a faction that you could see go up? Because again, where else do you go if you're not going to put the world title on them unless you're going to do what? Trick versus Dawn?
I wonder if does Tony come back at it? But I don't know. Tony on the main roster.
That I feel like that's too fast, though. Too, it's one of those of you're in a spot here a little.
Bring back Enzo Amore, put him in the family.
Yeah, no, bring back Cass XL. You and your Enzo, I'll take Cass XL.
We can have both. Be greedy.
Then you just have those two and just put them back up on the
main right.
You're soft, you're sloppy.
Right. As we are back to the action, folks. Both men are just exchanging blows.
Yeah. They actually just slap each other on the face. And is it interesting, and this isn't a jab, but it's going to sound like one, how we'll see this similar spot in AEW, and it'll be just dead center in the middle of a match, won't be coming back off of anything. Like, this isn't a bad thing to come back off of.
Yeah.
But this looks a little bit more like these guys have actually been fighting instead of we're just exchanging, pats.
Yeah. The exchange matters. Selling matters. We just saw Noam throw a ton of forearms and then eat.
And Dijak selling the knee a bit here. So again, you got to chop that redwood down here.
No, absolutely. And I agree. And I think because we got that spot here. Maybe we get it once more tonight. We like at most. Like that's the difference. When you see it in 3-4 matches in a row, you're like, all right, y'all need to talk to each other.
Right,
You know,
right.
X out some options.
Absolutely. Well, I do see actually this one's good. Where do you guys see Gunther going now that he doesn't have the IC title, world title?
All the way up.
Right.
We can stop him. He's going all the way up. I think, especially with a European heavy late spring coming up, I think Gunther will be chasing the champion, be around the champion. It feels like Damien's about to become a baby face and pushed out of, the Judgment Day. I think Gunther goes after the belt, and if Gunther's your next, world heavyweight champion,
Gunther winning in Berlin,
maybe, and I'm in. Let's go.
That would be a hell of a time to do it. As sit out chokeslam from Dijak for the 1-2 count.
No, it's good match. Good match to start off NXT tonight.
Absolutely, and again, it's like we've said before, selling matters. No one out here kicking out of that looked like he just went through goddamn hell and back to just get his shoulders up off the mat.
From his toes, as my grandmother would say.
Right. We can touch on this one a little later, so we'll earmark it a bit. But you think Nikki Cross and Dexter Lumis join with Bo Dallas?
I don't know.
This man's chomping at the bit to talk about this. I know.
Listen, could it work? Yes. Do I know if it's going to happen? No, because I don't know as far as what's up with Alexa. You don't want to make the family. You don't want to be like the late day NWO Wyatt family returning of like, there's 12 of us now. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, but if it's not exactly the Wyatt family, and that you could maybe do it as a thing like that, and especially
that big.
No, I don't think you'd be doing it that big because I don't know. Maybe do Braun, maybe I would do Redbeard, maybe Alexa, because I was never super huge on her being with Bray, but that's just me, more personal. I know a lot of people really liked it. And she was a big fan of it. I just personally,
I love it. I like it. I'm looking forward to her showing up. I think next week's Raw is in her hometown.
Oh, armbar by Noam.
Armbar by Noam.
Yeah.
The Supernova stretching out Dijak.
Right.
Hell of a match.
And this one. Bash 8 mentioned Tony Schiavone, and then someone called Tony a way ambulance. I do also want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we can talk about that for sure.
I'm waiting for like the next commercial break. It's gonna just be us talking about for about the next 20 minutes.
Right, let's go. As Noam taking Dijak into the stairs.
Big dropkick. I thought it was gonna be finally to where he goes for it and nobody's home, but big dropkick into the steps on Dijak.
Right.
Cornette was saying last week's Dynamite viewers dropped below 220K in the last hour and started with 1 million when showing the footage. Massive drop. I don't think they dropped that low.
No, I don't think it was Dynamite
over the show.
The number is correct, but I believe he was talking about Matt. Not to correct you, but I do believe he was talking about. Actually, to correct you, I think he was talking about the Collision Rampage combo that we got. So it did. It started at. It went in at 1 million viewers in that first quarter. Because of the ball game, all the viewers that were still left in that split quarter, they went live at 11:48 p.m. And then from that 1 million, by the time they got to the end, it was damn near 200,000. So the dip was Dynamite was not that bad.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't whether you're correcting me or Matthew or both of us, I'm fine with that. It's big, kind of tornado boot there from Dijak on a Noam.
This is a surprise banger.
Oh, why has he got like random?
Yeah, what's with the
fucking Silence of the Lambs?
No way, there. No way.
Step up into Guri. 1, 2. So Noam Dar picks up the win after Ora Mensa, serial killer out there with the fucking Silence of the Lambs mask causes a distraction, and Noam wins with a step up in Zaguri.
Okay, that was almost the second most surprising part of the whole thing. Was he got hit by the match was great.
I know someone's gonna
Dijak
call that
losing
a
shocks me.
Yeah.
Everybody's 0-1. Everybody.
Yeah, I don't want to see anybody say 1-0. You can have that. Nah. But this
awesome.
like we were talking about, show that maybe Dijak goes up because again, you ain't beating nobody here, motherfucker. But then again, is he not going to beat Noam and then you're going to beat Bronson Reed or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, you might want that. You might want to come back.
Ava. And I mean, I'd take her out for a nice seafood dinner. I mean, I know you're not a big fan of, she doesn't have it showing. She's just got midriff.
It's better than most. She looks lovely. She doesn't look like she's in charge, but she looks lovely.
She looks like the secretary to the guy, like the assistant to the guy who's in charge. That's terrible, actually. Now that's this company.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Rewind.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's my struggle. It's just again, why have like it looks like you took scissors to your shirt. Why couldn't that shirt just be a little bit longer and I could talk to you like you might be management?
Again, spoken like a true dad out there of just can pull down your shirt.
Not going out dressed like this.
Right. At this hour.
Who is her father? Oh, wait, never mind.
Oh, right. Yeah. Billy.
And Lola, see? I got no problem with this situation.
I like how you even said see, so I don't know if it was you telling me to see or you were saying yes.
Yes. All right. So up next, Lola taking on Ruca. This should be a hell of a match.
Ain't dying at that joke and then dying at this joke too. If she's just trolling you, KJ. She's a big fan and she's like, I'm gonna piss him off this time. That fucking Kevin Owens.
More ways than one.
Right. As much as we've gotten everyone to be a fan of Dijak, I think you've gotten everyone to just question Ava's attire constantly.
Constantly. Dude, listen, you're sitting behind a desk like you're in charge of some shit. And it looks like you're the manager of a Hot Topic. I'm struggling. I'm sorry.
Right.
Why doesn't your upper lip move ever? That's a different topic, though.
Raindrop. Crop top. Fuck. And then Tony, muffin top. Ah, shit.
Oh, that's too funny.
Did your screen just go completely black, or am I just like stroking right now?
No, I got full screen.
Oh, I just have darkness imprisoning me.
Not mine. Lola for the win. Blair is costing Soul. I agree with Richard. I wonder if Natty gets involved. I think that rivalry is still brewing.
I don't know if I can hear you or hear me, but I can hear somebody show.
I can hear you.
No, I'm being honest.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're getting an update on the Leaf score right now, is what I'm hearing.
2-0 Leafs over Florida.
There we go.
Matthew's looking for 70.
We are.
You can hear the Leaf score?
Yes, I can hear it coming through pretty goddamn clear, actually. That's what I was trying to say.
We're going to get a copyright.
That's why I was trying to say something. You want to make jokes.
I can't read your mind, bro.
Connected.
That is hilarious.
Jay, what up, my guy? Hey, yo. But so now that we're in commercial, which one do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about the glitch in the QR code, or do we want to talk about Salty Shivani?
Well, Salty Shivani's funnier and easier to get through, but again, I mean, he gave his answer as far as, well, I wasn't, it had nothing to do with being embarrassed. And I
was trying to put heat on the Bucks and everything. Well, it did work, dumbass. So
it worked. I
don't care what the intent was. The execution was a failure. So much like everything else on that show. So then what?
Yeah.
Where it was, Renee Moxley good, just trying to get heat on Will Ospreay and trying to get him over as the heel. What were we doing there? So that's the thing. Yeah, you can say it, and if you want to believe that, that's fine. But the way you're that upset about this, my guy, maybe the facade's falling a little bit. And if I'm wrong, fine.
And again,
it was the failure to execute.
Absolutely. And people forget, like, a guy like Tony knows who butters his bread. He's not going to go out there and be like, oh, yeah, that was horrible. horrible.
Right.
He's not Punk. He can't just jump to the dub. I mean, Tony getting fired by Tony might be all we see of Tony from now on. They're great. Yeah, no. I don't. Again, I don't take a whole lot of worth in a lot of what's coming out of that camp right now.
Well, and I do think that there is still something that is genuine about Tony Schiavone. Like, he's not a full, like, just I will follow my sword for this company. But again, it just, to me, for him to get that upset about every other word was a cuss word and everything. I know we swear and all that. And try not to. But like about the WCW comparisons and how comparing it to the finger poke of doom, if no, that's just what you want to happen. No, it's literally you can do side by side, frame by frame, and it's the same damn thing.
Yeah, and fair enough. You know what? You were trying to sell the fact that, but again, to me, then speak on it. Like, say something while you're sitting there. Your job is about communicating and articulating the story you're trying to tell. Then say so. I can't believe they did this, or give us something. You're just sitting there with your body completely shifted away from the entire table. Like, I don't want to be here. It is what it is.
How is I supposed to convey that I should be angry at the Young Bucks off of that, as we're getting, a Tatum package here? Pause. Hey, well, she's going through about like the history of the NXT Women's Championships and how she wants to be an NXT Women's Champion.
There we go. So a little bit of love for Tatum, who's been all right as of late. The new and improved Tatum's been really good.
The stalker gimmick's gotten her over. I'll say that. I loved you. She's like, she really is like that. She fits right in that same thing with like Rhea a little bit. Like, if you took, say, Rhea, Alexis, and Liv and just mashed them all into one person, that's kind of Tatum right now.
I hear you.
Yeah.
She's doing good. I mean, again, she's going to go after the former champ first. Clearly.
But I like this, though. We've said it all along. It was reminiscent to that Trish Stratus, Mickie James of the stalker thing. I loved you and you turned me away. You rejected me. Granted, why she turned on her was a little weird. I didn't see too much of a setup there. But yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I feel like they kind of built it up a little bit. No, like they kind of had us thinking sooner than later this was going to happen, because she, basically Lyra was getting irritated, as you would imagine, and kind of shut it down pretty quick.
Fair enough. But is it also, this is just really good, my guy. Especially with her, because I was going to say, it's interesting how Tatum was one of those people, like when the Diamond Mine split up, you really kind of were left wondering, well, what are they going to have for her? Or she might just get, left out in the limbs here. And instead, she's, gotten herself over like Rover. Think about it. She's in the world title picture feud-ish, when she was the one that was, going to be potentially left by the wayside when Diamond Mine split up.
Yeah, like a little bit, again, kind of, and that's sometimes the big part of the fun with NXT is, 1 minute we're not sure what's going to happen with them, if they're going to have any impact, if they're going to figure it out. And then, a few weeks later, we kind of saw it with Braun going real flat and then kind of finding a groove, right?
Right. But so we've got Lola versus Soul, Ruka. Let us know who you're taking, folks. I got ding, ding, ding. I guess I got to take Soul. Shit, I'm up against it here because I know you're going to take Lola because
I'm taking Lola.
Right. But then I got to take Soul. And I mean, she's impressive and everything. And she's super athletic. I just, for whatever reason, it's just not clicking with me. It's a little, like I see the potential. It's a little still just Sheryl Crow. I'm going to soak up the sun type shit for me.
So you're not digging the surfer girl, the beach girl?
No, I've watched 90210. I've watched, the OC, all that type of shit. You can have that.
Right. I mean, I like her gimmick. I like her attitude. I think she's going to make a really good baby face. She seems very athletic.
Oh, she has a fantastic move set and everything like that. Like, she's super athletic in the ring. Like I said, I think just maybe the two I don't know what she has outside of a personality, outside of just like surfer lifestyle shit.
Mm-hmm. She's mellow, man.
Yeah, so was RVD, but RVD was fucking cool.
RVD was a champion. Let's go. So the sky is the limit, literally.
Right. Hey, Luigi, we got a pastor's endorsement, we got Jesus's endorsement, and now we've got Luigi's endorsement of KJ and Nick are the best wrestling podcast on YouTube.
Luigi, if you could scoop up Mario, Princess,
Bowser, all the Koopa Kingdom, all of that, you know.
Send them. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Right. Just do.
Punch that like button, folks.
Yeah, hit it like a block.
Oh, scissor kick by Lola.
I got a kick to the midsection. I'm just making sure I'm trying to make sure we're still synced up because I had to refresh a couple of times.
Okay. Lola with a kick to the stomach up against the ropes.
Yep. So we're perfect. Cool. So Ruka is with Tyler Bate. Big, strong boy indeed. They both. Hey, Tyler Bate's pretty much the same shit up there. He's out there, you know, in the steam room, the clam baking that shit. Well, no, I'm staying with the locker room. That guy. You went perverted with it. I was talking about vitamins, and you went that way. You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at.
Just maybe pause. Oopsie.
We got a Mamma Mia now, thanks to you.
Oh, side slam by Soul. Good match here.
Right. Hilarious said, Nick, I see 90210 Melrose Place from Lingo Road, NW. Oh, Soul with a kind of second shoulder tackle there.
Mm-hmm.
Springboard shoulder tackle. Could Ruka, could both of these women actually be your first NXT Women's North American champion?
Yes. Both are front runners.
Right.
Lola wins the breakout. Eventually, she's going to go after that world title, I imagine. And Soul Ruka, definitely a front runner. Nice standing moonsault, by the way.
Absolutely. And I think they have such good depth that they can still have a mid-card. They can have this new mid-card title and still have depth in both divisions.
Oh, yeah, they'll be fine.
Right.
And again, NXT highlights the women like no other shows.
Facts. Super kick.
Up goes Ruca. Oh, and people called it.
B. Priestley, Blair Davenport intervenes, spinning back heel kick from Lola. 1, 2, 3.
There you go. Lola
I wouldn't
Vice.
mind though these three plus like a few others in a tournament for that for that title.
Absolutely. I think it would be great. And again, a lot of good young talent. Like Soul Ruka is just getting started. Lola's just getting started. This is good. And then you got a vet like B to help put these ladies over. It's working really well. Oh wait, Natty's calling out Lola. Hello, LA.
Bro, she's 100% getting drafted to NXT, right? Like this is more predictable than Caleb Williams going to the Chicago Bears, I feel, in the NFL draft. Natalia is 100% going to NXT.
Right. I feel like the writing is on the wall.
Right.
1-1.
1-1.
NXT Underground, Lola versus Natty. NXT Underground, Lola and
I
Natty.
was literally looking at that because I was looking at the comments and I was seeing it. I was like, who just said that? And I was like, God damn. So you're getting the dungeon versus someone who was an actual MMA fighter here.
Yeah. As we got Ridge with Ava.
Again, the midriff.
You know, the blinds are in the perfect spot.
Right, you can't see it and it blocks it out. You're good. Now you can take her seriously.
HBK
Now I
listening
can
to
hear
me.
what you're saying.
Oh no, we ruined it.
Right, but that's interesting. They're bringing back NXT Underground, and we're gonna have Natty versus Lola again. We're gonna have Stretch'em with Stu Hart in the dungeon versus Lola Vice, who actually used to fight people.
Boston sounds awful. Yeah, it's not exactly what I expected to say out loud. This could be good or really bad.
This is. I mean, especially we watched on Mania weekend of like Bloodsport and everything.
Bloodsport, yeah.
Yeah, so we've seen when you can do this gimmick really good, and I feel like there's the potential we might see this done really bad.
Lola is a legit badass, so she can throw it in there. I mean, again, a veteran, and like you said, of the dungeon, it could be something.
Did Stu really convince all of his kids and everything like that, and all the grandkids and everything like that, they actually like were really badasses because of what they did in the dungeon? And I'm not taking any full disrespect from it, but like that they were like the toughest motherfuckers in the world. They could have taken on Ken Shamrock and the Octagon and everything with this. I got you on Brock Lesnar. Like,
right.
For shit's sake, Natty, like I respect you. You are the boat, but you're gonna challenge the ex-fighter, legit fighter, to shoot style type match, and you're gonna make it look good. Okay. And then if they make it look great, I'll eat all my words respectfully.
Yeah, let's go. Let's find out. They should have used CCTV footage. I like that. I'm waiting for like Drew McIntyre and CM Punk to get in a fight backstage on Raw, and they use the security footage to show Drew comes out and he's like, "Look, ladies, you got to watch," and he points at the screen and security footage of Punk and Drew getting into it at Gorilla.
That would be interesting, but does that also though?
Yes.
Okay, just everything. Yes. I was gonna say, on one hand, it validates and kind of you're gonna embolden a certain fan base. I'll leave it at that. We'll see you got to take shots and and everything, but at the same time, it would be one of those. If you don't, again, this is the way you do this. If you're going to take shots, is that they don't even know you're taking a shot. Like the casual viewer has no idea what the shot is, but it still makes sense. They don't know it's the shot at somebody else, but they know that it still works in storyline. It still works the way it would anyways.
And again, with people jumping up and I can't believe they did that. And the ambulances would be plenty. But man, I think it would be genius. And like you said, the bulk of that WWE universe is just like, this is a really good segment.
Yeah, this is so creative. Can you believe
that's the thing. So I'm like, do it. Just do it. I think it'd be hilarious.
Well, that's the thing.
You'll be the one that throws to it.
We got Bobby at the All About Wrestling podcast. Shout out my guy. Saying that would be hilarious. You got Jesus on your side again. You got Jesus riding with you, so I can't go against that. That would be amazing. Absolutely. Adam, what's shitty about modern wrestling punches is they look awful and they don't touch them, or they look awful when it's a potato.
Yeah, I mean, we hear it a lot.
Picky as shit, but okay.
We hear it a lot about especially the old school guys, Cornette and that hate the punches. I hate the forearms. I can understand the punches.
I hate chops.
Chops, Boston was just making fun of the Eddie and his machine gun chops a second ago. Yeah, but the forearms look horrible. Like they don't, like you grab the back of the head and throw your forearm, and it's nothing. Like the other person doesn't even sell it, and you hit them with like if that's. And again, I get it. It's just wrestling. But you can't really land 3 straight forearms to someone's orbital bone and we just keep going. Like, that's a finisher. And everyone does it in these exchanges like, oh, it doesn't even hurt.
Fair enough. And I see that. And I mean, the punches, I mean, you can nitpick that. Like I said, I just personally, I'm a huge Eddie fan. but I fucking hate the chops now at this point. AEW has made me fucking hate chop spots and everything because I've been beaten over the head with it so much, and that no one ever sells it, and it's just a constant. You see chop spots more than you see forearm shots.
You know what?
Spots more than punch spots now at this
For
point.
all the modern fans that say those long ass headlocks we used to get were those rest spots, that's what those chop spots have become. Look at this.
Hey, Ariana out here in Paris, wee.
Gigi, we found Gigi. I can show you the world.
Right.
Oh, Gigi.
This really is like, this is such
we're gonna
high
get
school opposites attract type shit.
This is gonna be that she's all that. Like we're gonna dye her hair. We're gonna get prom queen Gigi.
Matchmaker, make me a match, find me a find, catch me a catch.
Right? Good grace. Gigi getting a makeover. We are gonna get Barbie doll.
Gigi. I like Gigi. I feel so bad because I was so invested in this. I was the one out here. Oh, then Marty just kicked Sean when JC turned on Gigi. Right. And boy, have they proven me wrong.
Yeah, Gigi, all that Marty right now.
It's just not the weird, but yeah.
Fact. Well, maybe I don't know.
Whoa.
But yeah, she's gonna get a makeover. Now she will be in the makeover for a little while, and then the redemption story is she goes back to being the crazy goth chick and beats the shit out of Grace. But I'm willing to take this ride, Nick. Nothing's worked for Gigi to this point.
Facts, honestly. And I really like little Santina there.
She's
Ariana. She's really good, actually.
She has surprised me because when she first came on the scene, I was like, oh, this is cringe. And then she just locked into the beauty queen thing, and it's exponentially she's grown.
Absolutely. We got another Damien. Now we're getting multiple names on multiple peoples out here. I hate the head stomps ever since Fiend got up from Seth's head stomp in Hell in a Cell. That's so obscure.
But, very minute, but
well, yeah, there's only like one person that does that, really.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of stomps. I know Moxley now does them too, but we don't get a lot of stomps.
You remember when it was banned and like they couldn't because they couldn't show it because Seth went on like a daytime talk show and they were trying to like show his moveset. It's just like stomp into a cinder block, stomp here, stomp there.
Mm-hmm. As ladies and gentlemen, the next match is set. Joaquin Wilde taking on Ridge Holland. Who you taking? Who you taking? Who you taking?
Right.
Ridge
Roberto.
Needs a knee pad.
Wait, what?
Ridge needs a knee pad.
Yeah, he's only got one.
Does look odd. Like, did you forget your other one? What happened?
I mean, he's semi-retired, man. He's still got to get the fucking equipment up out of the attic and everything like that. He had just put it away. He forgot where he put it. Yeah, see, Ridge is back, Chris. Yeah, he left for a hot minute.
Yeah, he had a Ric Flair retirement.
He had a Mick Foley retirement. Retired and unretired by the end of the show.
Right. Oh, no, they're ruining Gigi. I really want to see her thrive. Listen, Stoner, this is hope. This is hope. I know it feels like, oh, my God, they're going to strip her down from what we know her as. But right now, she's stuck in a rut. And if she just keeps coming out as like the cool gothy chick, then I don't know it's going to get over or work. Kind of going through this story with Grace, if it works out the way I think, and eventually she goes back as part of her getting away from Grace, I think we'll be okay.
You buried her down enough that you either keep digging down and hope you come out on the other side or something here. So
no,
I think it kind of needs to be there.
Yeah, if this doesn't work, I don't know what to do next.
Right.
Here comes AEW.
TNA, honestly, I'd see that before that. Her for the Knockouts division.
I like her. I really do. I like Gigi. I think she's got talent, but just kind of got lost in the mix here.
She was at one point the star out of Toxic Attraction, and then How the Mighty Have Fallen.
She's another one of those people that just do not work well as a babyface. They're not convincible as a babyface.
Not in the slightest.
And that was their first mistake.
Yeah. That was their big mistake. That's the one that fucked everything up.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's Parker Boudreaux.
Did he showed up? Was it
Lucha?
Lucha. Yeah, just beat the shit out of
AAA.
Who saw that coming in your bingo card?
Well, he's just there so the Luchas can bounce off him. So
right,
there you go. But we do have Joaquin versus Ridge. What the f was that a little bit? But so who do you have in this match, sir?
Ridge. He just pulled him up off the pin, my friend. Oh wait, we got company. Oh, it's Spearsy.
Well, that's the thing, though, that's been going on before we got Spears and Gacy involved. Sean Spears was trying to he was initially trying to bring Ridge out of this and, release the badass within you. Be that, guy that fucks people up and everything.
Yeah, I'm like, part of me is like, is Spears trying to build like a little group? Like, I'll convert Ridge and then I'll convert Gacy and then like, is he? I don't really quite get Spears yet.
I mean, I think that's actually not a bad shout. He's a guy that, honestly, would you rather see him develop something in NXT or just see them jump him to the main roster? And if you could throw him, but then again, you throw him into you'd have to probably do US title, I would say.
But I also see
he's getting full.
Yeah, I mean, there's possibilities though because of his history and him being a vet. Does he make a real solid run, or is he just one of those like buffer rivalries for like a Cody? Cody
go to Raw and connects with Cody.
Yeah, possibly.
Right.
Oh, there it is. Personal.
Does everyone in for every three guys, I feel like somebody does kind of that same almost DDT style of it's either the hammerlock DDT, that was the small package DDT. Him, Andrade, Drew, and Moxley all pretty much do damn near the same finishing move.
Well, Moxley's turned into a suplex, which has been disappointing as of late.
Yeah.
I'm glad Andrade switched it up. I like the hammerlock DDT, but it just sometimes it just looks flat the way you hook it and throw it. I like his new one, the neck breaker, kind of the crossroadsy finish that he's using now.
Right.
So that leaves one of the other ones.
Fair enough. Fair. Well, and all due respect, shout out to Moxley of the first person to be IWGP champion, AW World Champion, and WWE champion. So credit on that. Yes. As we're getting Ivar Sans War Raider stuff. Just talking with Briggs backstage here.
Yeah, just riding through this world, Ivar. Talking to Briggs.
He's Bobby from Sons of Anarchy.
He's Bobby.
100%.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
You know what? Sorry, finish what you were saying.
I was just reading the personality thing.
I was gonna say if they did something like that and you did shit an aces and eights in NXT, you've got Ivar and you've got Briggs, something kind of like that.
Briggs.
I mean, drop the Viking shit while you're the only Viking. I'm kind of fine with it.
This girl gets so under my skin.
Nope. I feel like though this might be. Are we sure we can show this on TV? I feel like R-Truth. I don't even know if that's PG.
I don't know.
She's Thea Hale. If someone was cosplaying Thea Hale.
I don't know what to say about this, dude. I want to. I don't even think I can say it.
Yeah, we can all think it. We're all thinking it, my guy. Trust me, we're all thinking it.
It would be a cookie reference if anyone gets my drift.
Yeah.
Survey says.
Right. Well, speaking of surveys and speaking of the homies and everything, the Geek Box saying, "Hey boys, also Ivar has been awesome." Gee, I don't know if the Avatar might have given that away or anything.
Right. I like Ivar. I like what he's doing, Nick. It's so
Scottish all hang together and everything. You can have that.
Ivar's a Viking.
Scottish Viking, right? Y'all and whatever. Y'all got beards and they're all probably red and ginger.
Y'all run around with swords. I don't give a shit.
Right. Y'all got shields. Y'all pillage everything. You can have that. But no, shout out Geek Box of big homie, you know, sharing us in amongst, you know, plenty of other top-notch creators and everything in the React videos. And again, man's literally, we were here on Raw, and by the time we get off Raw, we're already in some of the React videos and everything. So
Man,
shut up, my guy.
Squirrel Girl, absolutely, absolutely. Squirrel. I don't love it. It's, and the whole situation is, whew, it's hard. It's
whatever Adderall Thea Hale left behind, be like whatever her name is there, you know, fucking picked it up, I swear, because she's just on another plane of existence with energy here.
Oh man, it's crazy. She's like over caffeinated TikToker. It's crazy.
Right. Speaking of crazy things, though, now as we're in a commercial break, do we want to talk about the QR code? We'll whip the band-aid off. We'll really get into this. Yeah.
I love, again, we're back at it, and you got, you know, people out there looking at the code, the page codes that lead here and lead there. We eventually got a video when you were able to fold the top word and the bottom word together, and then you got a URL. And dude, I love this shit. I think it's great. I thought it was really captivating when Bray did it. I think there's a nice little buzz about it. Who's going to be in it? Who's going to be a part of it? But the clues have begun, and I'm all for it.
Again, this has 100%. I know we'd argued about this before, but I'm fully on the bandwagon now here, man, because I'm a sucker for an ARG and everything. Spoiler alert, secret none. One of my favorite movies was actually Cloverfield and everything, because of all the little shit that they did leading into it. Like, I've watched full breakdowns of the game that they built leading into it. And we've done it with the White Rabbit, and that was one of the funnest times on the channel and everything. We're literally rushing back from a pause of, oh, let me play this fucking random phone number I dialed here to see what it says.
The Rock could be out there pinning Cody Rhodes' mom, and we're like, have you seen the code? Have you seen the code?
Right. Literally stopping talking about the wrestling and literally just breaking down everything that happened. But again, so to bring everyone up to speed who hasn't gone through all the details and everything, hasn't played Inspector Gadget or Sherlock Holmes with all of this. So during the New Day match, when they came out last night on Monday Night Raw, they pulled up a kind of glitch again that we've seen kind of frequently happen. It initially was only happening off screen. Now it's happening on screen. And it pulled up a QR code and a symbol. And if you went to the QR code, it pulled up kind of this weird image with some text in the middle. I can't remember what it exactly said. But if you mirrored those two images together, then it gave you a URL code that took you to a web page that played a little bit of a video and had an image above it. I know I dropped the image in our Discord, the Discord link.
Yeah. So they dropped Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, because I can't describe the image. I know you want to get into the whole philosophy aspect because we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's cool what they're doing. And again, the story of the cave and the man, essentially everybody.
Well, I have the quote if you want.
Go ahead. Shoot. But we got Thea, and you can talk.
We got squirrel on squirrel action. So the image that they pulled up, if you reverse look through it and everything, is goes to a quote of the prisoner knowing no other reality mistakes the shadows for reality, not realizing they are cast by the captors behind him. We are prisoners bound by our perceptions and fooled into thinking our perceptions reflect the ultimate reality.
Right. It's absolutely deep shit, right? And it's the whole idea, you know, what is our, and that's what I think this is all going to be about, is how we perceive things, how things are, you know, presented to us, and never really being, always remembering what we are seeing, what we are taking in, even as a fan base. It's kind of a friendly warning that, you know, there's people pulling the strings. We only see what they want us to see. And we think we know all the answers, especially nowadays with how the IWC can be on social media. I think it's, you know, very interesting. Again, it's got us all talking. You see everybody sharing it. It's, yeah, that's deep shit, man. No, I think it's great. I really do.
At 100%. And I saw somebody bring this up, and I can't remember exactly who, so I apologize if I can't give full credit and everything, but it really had me think about this. Bray Wyatt is one of the few wrestling personalities, one of the wrestlers that's had such an influence on the business, even if he wasn't here for the longest time, wasn't always, the top guy, everything like that, that even well beyond even him still being here, has a long-lasting effect, has literally changed the pro wrestling business, because now you have shit like this that becomes this fun little side quest game that you can play along with and everything.
And it's not silly. It's well thought out. It's well organized. It's no. I'm not saying that you said it. I mean, just for the the general. In general, it's so thought out. And again, even we went from the White Rabbit. Now we're getting the Blackbird. The play on
it was layers upon layers and everything. Even during the White Rabbit, of like they just it happens to correlate to this random GPS location that's got a giant rabbit in a field and everything, but it also correlates to this, and it also correlates here. Now,
dude, we were making phone calls on live streams. Like, hello, what's this number?
Right, I was almost going to try and make a correlate to Corleone segue here, as we got the Dawn coming out here in all of the pinstripes, literally looking like a Dick Tracy villain. But I do want to ask, and I'm talking over the Paisan, but a certain somebody who's a free agent and has been tied to some of those kind of out there gimmicks and everything had also tweeted this out and just tweeted out the videos. Didn't say anything to it. Didn't say anything like that. Could he be involved? Would you want him involved in this, or is it just thank you, fuck you, bye? I mean, he was tag team partners with him, but does this become more of a Wyndham tribute, or going that way, or because it becomes delete, and we've got fighting lawnmowers and shit like that?
Yeah, as we got the Dawn in the ring cutting a promo right now after his big loss. But yeah, Nick, I've been thinking about this all day since I saw what Matt Hardy did, and I saw people like, it's what was it? Time to wake up, and everyone's like, woken. Oh, I get it. And I was like, but I don't know if I want it. I'm worried that including Matt Hardy, unless he proves me wrong, he could make it campy. Like, we know when Bray and woke Matt were together, it was funny. It was clever, but it was campy in a good way, for me anyway. I worry that when you're trying to do this very sinister, dark, especially coming off the heels of the passing of Bray, I don't want to dumb it down. I don't want to silly it up.
No, don't fuck with it. You got a good thing going.
The Quarter Pound crew coming out to talk to the Dawn. And you are the trophy boy. We'll just wax you up and you carry the trophy.
What the fuck? No one remembers your name anyway, so you just stand there in jeans and hold the trophy.
Fucking hell. Draft the whole family. Interesting. I don't know. Giving me Beetlejuice vibes tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tony D'Angelo. Did he show up? No.
Good chance the Dawn gets drafted to the main roster. I wonder if this translates, if he'll pull it off on the big stage, or does he need maybe reinforcements? Is there some other Italians he could use? I don't know.
I think this is. Where would you slot this in on the main roster? If you do IC US title, they're probably down.
Logan Paul versus Tony D'Angelo. I'm like,
no,
not yet.
Knight versus Tony D'Angelo. Kevin Owens versus Tony D'Angelo. And that's not trying to sugar honey iced tea on a guy. Yeah, but it's one of those of maybe you need to get more over, or kind of just let it develop a bit more here.
I think I'm on the side of that for sure. Look,
it's Willy Wonka. Come with me.
We got Willy Wonka. We got Joker. We got it's Roger Daltrey as
yeah.
So yeah. Danny
Monty Python. It's Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Right. What's up?
Literally.
I'm sure Bo will do very proud. That's again, if you watch the documentary, you understand what's up, and I'm fucking thrilled about it.
That's why, though, too. I think we're both in that. Don't fuck with it, Matt. Do your own shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can have that. Don't just try and, cling on to this because this is something that's personal from brother to brother type of thing. So don't add your delete to that. No.
And
Well, I'll delete you out of this.
Matt Hardy was such a cheerleader for AEW until him and Tony stopped getting along due to booking issues and
That
such.
happens with everybody.
Right? And then so it's like, dude, I don't know. I don't
Until then, checks stop clearing. You're fine. You're happy about everything. The minute that check don't want to come through, or you're feeling you're getting disrespected because you can't do all the shit you want to do, then it's a problem.
Absolutely. So are we gonna get the family versus the Quarter Pounder crew? What is this? I don't care too much.
Sabaros versus fucking Wendy's right now.
And look at the crowd behind them, like right in the straight shot of how
literally right in between us. You have a homie just like this, just going hard in the paint. I was like,
somebody
today, Junior.
If anybody could get a screenshot of the group of people standing between,
bro, there's a girl in the red shirt that's just on her phone. So we're throwing hands. We are.
We got to fight.
Chick-fil-A biscuits out here, but no one could give a rat's ass. Mercifully and graciously, we go to a commercial, I feel.
Absolutely. Your mother was a hamster trophy.
Your father smelled the elderberries. Now go away before I taunt you a second time.
Right? It's kind of an odd promo. The group of people that were unfortunately dead center in the camera shot were bored as fuck. Bored completely.
Yeah, just goddamn.
This may be factual, Tony.
Yeah.
Big Nick, do you like the return of FBI and TNA? They haven't done much.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's really interesting. I've always been kind of just a sucker for it and everything. I mean, might have a little skin in the game here, but yeah, I mean, anytime I get to see the full-blooded Italians wrestle, I even liked them when I first saw them in like ECW and everything. We had Tony Mama Luke and all that shit.
Absolutely, right. Quarter Pounder crew needs something. They don't do anything to me. They need William Regal. They need a talker. They need a spokesperson.
They need to break the fuck up because I don't even know why they're together, honestly, at this point. Which is a bigger fallacy and a bigger lie. The Blackpool Combat Club of that still going on when not a single one of them from Blackpool
they don't hang out
in combat. And two, the Quarter Pound Catch crew there that Damon Kemp's the only one that's actually done anything worth wrestling, and honestly, the biggest one that's done anything in pro wrestling is Little Dempsey there, of Little Regal.
Well, man, and the Quarter Pound crew definitely feels like a cheap knockoff of AEW. And for those who say, "Oh, they never say anything," it really is a cheap knockoff of the BCC, and they don't work. They do not work.
Absolutely. Like my favorite time cop movie. Tony, you drunk that video? Oh God. Mentioning Time Cop out here. We're getting deep into the fucking references, I feel.
Let's go.
Rocco was saying they need a Big Mac. Could you imagine they put in Cast XL into that to go against the family because of Big Mac?
They need something. Shit. Side of fries, a shake, something.
They need to shake it off is what the fuck they need to do.
Yeah, like Dempsey, I know he's trying, but he doesn't scream.
He would work so much better as a singles competitor. Honestly, if Dempsey was singles, I could see him getting drafted to the main roster. You pair him with his daddy, there you go.
Maybe. But yeah, just a lack of personality across the board, unfortunately. Maybe they'll find it, but it's not working right now. A rivalry with Tony D, not really stirring my stick. You heard me.
Well, I was just gonna say Little Regal's the most personality in that group, and that might be saying something.
Right. Here comes Ilya.
Yeah, we got Ilya coming on now. Ooh, Adam's Family versus Mighty Ducks. What the hell are we doing?
He did kind of.
Yeah, he did look like fucking
Gomez.
Gomez.
Gomez vibes, yeah.
It was like watching Ronald McDonald, Birdie, and Grimace cut a promo.
I dig it. I dig it.
Right? Well, fun but random fact, by the way, guys. My name is Tink too. Well, see? There we go.
These are the Knicks I know.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't even mean for that to rhyme, but I just like the thing that you told me of with great beards comes great reaction. I was like,
yeah,
spot on, my guy. With
great beards comes great reaction.
Does Regal have any other kids? This one just ain't working.
Yo, look.
Yo, what the? Well, he's issuing an open challenge, and so everybody's really. Hey, I like it. Everybody's scrambling a fucking mad dash haberdashery out here.
You got a reverse battle royal, bro.
Bro, catering is cleared out here.
Oh, look who jumped in.
Javon Evans out here showing up like goddamn Miles Morales.
Yo,
and he's taller than Ilya, like by a solid good man.
Yeah. He is a lanky human being.
Yeah, but
out of nowhere, here we go.
But this is what we talked about with them showing the fans filing in off the buses and everything like that. That, this is very much a homegrown guy. This is a guy that Javon Evans was on NXT Level Up and everything. Yeah. He's way more over with like the Twitterverse and the Full Sail verse than what we've seen him on television, unless you're watching Level Up and everything.
Is this for the title? I thought it was for the title.
Believe so. I would assume that's why everyone was.
Yeah, you're not gonna run to the ring for a non-title match against Ilya. Why am I going out there to get beat up?
Right. I'm gonna just get elbowed in the chest like a motherfucker. Yeah, you can have that.
That was pretty cool how they did it, though. You had all the guys trying to get in the ring, and Evans comes out from the other side. Bang.
Absolutely. Well, and again, this guy's really, like we've said, it's been surprising and interesting what they've done with Level Up. He's been kind of the first guy that's really gone through that and kind of sprung out of it to jump to the main NXT, if that's a thing.
Yeah.
And really get featured in a way. I mean, he's out here.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
I know you don't
learn today,
but I'll accept those ones.
They're selling on that, though. You found every single one.
Mm-hmm.
But to jump, you go from being on Level Up 2 weeks ago. You had one match against Scripps out here on NXT, and now you're taking on the world champ. They're investing in the kid.
Now this new kid is like a younger Trick.
I don't want to sandbox him. I'm waiting for him versus Ricochet. That's what I feel it is.
Okay. Look, right under the chin with that super kick.
And they don't shy away though, too, with those replays of like showing them. They laid it in.
Yeah.
As we're getting shots from Javon back on Ilya.
Yeah, he regrets that decision.
Right.
Oh, lands it.
That's what I'm saying. Of man's a high flyer 100%. Recoil step up in Zaguri there. Two count.
Evans putting on a show. The energy in the building is really good right now. Ilya, intense as ever, comes out, basically says whoever gets in this ring can have a shot. And Evans comes out flying here, and an unexpected mini little banger going on.
Well, does this kind of halfway, and I know it's hard to recreate that, and I might be, put it above everything. But that little like a Scott Hall, Razor Ramon 1, 2, 3 kid here of like, I should just lay a whooping on you. This is your second match in NXT here. And I saw that too.
I saw Boston's, and then everybody on it. Sorry.
Right. No, but I was saying of that Javon's very much out here of, showing up and showing out, because that's what the show is about here. If you're match number 2 on NXT in front of, live, primetime viewers here, and you're out here with the world champion, you're showing up.
Yeah. No, you're right. And I mean, again, it's a good showcase for the kid. Probably not going to win. I mean, we're not going to shock the
No.
world tonight, but again, it's one of those showcase moments.
It very much elevates him from you're just a rookie to now you've at least got this and you've shown that you can go with a guy who's honestly he's going to probably be on the main roster.
Spanish fly.
Turns that into a Spanish fly and smoother than a fucking hiccup here, right into a pin.
Dragunov for the win. What's
and
up?
Now notice everyone that was out there before that was sitting there like this and on the phone are now doing this.
Right. Dragunov for the win. Yo, you're 100%. They woke up quite a bit.
Right.
Even that girl that was taking a nap got fucking
right. Somebody poked her with a stick.
I like how the kid is selling. Danny taking Dragunov. TK should have had RoboCop do a run-in during Sting's retirement match. Oh, my God.
Oh. Mid-air H-bomb.
This is a thumbs up from me all the way.
Huge knee. Hey. Oh, and the kid kicked out.
Oh, we got
balloons.
Why is 2 balloons? I don't, dear Apple.
Because it's not 99 snuff balloons.
Right? Big DDT.
Oh.
Javon reminds me of Sean Waltman X-Pac.
That's what I saying. I think this is your 1, 2, 3 kid Razor Ramon-ish kind of moment.
Could you imagine?
Well, no, I don't think he'll get the win, but I'm saying this is putting you over. You're showing that you can go with a guy who's on the main roster. Fly, young man, fly.
Up and over completely. Overshot it a little bit, but hey, who am I to judge?
I was gonna say, if you overshot a fucking clear in the top rope, tope, you can have that.
Knees up by Dragunov.
That looked a little, obviously, he kind of came off and just kind of shortchanged that. You're just picking this kid up, though. Oh, try to get him up. I will muscle through this mother.
Death Valley Driver.
Into the turnbuckles.
For his height, he needs to put on. Yeah, if he bulks up, and I mean, he's young, so give him time.
Yeah, I think we talked about it before the first time we saw him. He's only like 19.
Yeah, if he fills out a little, mans up a little,
Right.
And there it is.
2, 3. Hell of a match, though.
Hell of a pop match. Let's go.
Are you now excited to see the next Javon Evans match? Because I kind of am.
I am. I like what he did. I like how he brought it to the table. Somebody said in the chat, thinking outside of the box to get into the match. Oh, look, he smart enough to get grab him. I'm going by, but I'm going to get a piece.
Yeah, I'm a graze you, motherfucker. I'm a graze you.
But eats an H-bomb. But yeah, no, I like what this instantly puts Evans on the map. Do it again. Run it back. Evans versus Trick can cook. Yeah, we got options here with Evans.
Well, and even like a guy that we saw earlier tonight of an Evans versus a Noam or something like that, I think would be interesting because they're both kind of that same weight class. Like there is a good bit of guys, Axiom, Nathan Frazier, potentially that you could have that 205 live-ish type division, that cruiserweight division on NXT.
He'll be like Swerve Scott. That's a nice fair comparable.
Well, how Swerve was a bit in WWE. What's up with the mocap on Petrovich's eyes here? Like the little dots?
Look, sorry. The interviewer is dressed like I want Ava to dress, and Ava's dressed like the interviewer should be dressed.
What little fucking farm on the prairie out here?
He's
not Amish, my guy.
She's not.
Little house on the prairie out here with this bullshit. Are you waiting for her to put on a bonnet too?
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Jebediah KJ out there.
Been spending most of my life
living in an Amish paradise. As I turn through the butter, I will tell her to her. As we've got Thea Hale coming out right now.
I had a valid question in there somewhere, but
you can have this. Thea Hale went from Adderall squirrel to like halfway heavy rocker chick here. I feel she's just missing a leather jacket.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go compose.
You go catch your breath. You go, go find that bonnet and everything. You can have that. as we are on a commercial break. So I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We were just here last night for Monday Night Raw. Tuesday night, we're here, obviously, NXT. Wednesday, we got Dynamite, the go-home show for Dynasty. Thursday, we've got TNA Impact, the go-home show for Rebellion. So we got a doubleheader pay-per-view weekend this week as well. Friday night SmackDown, as well as Rampage, and plus we got much more original content. We got everything working in the back scenes here and everything like that. So 100% be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. But 100% we are killing the game out here. You just broke me with the Amish Paradise. Yeah, you have. I've done that before. Trust me. Thunderbolt Ross probably won't like me if he ever watches us talking about, the Hall of Fame ceremony from this WrestleMania and everything. But I tended, at this point, we spend enough time together. We're here live enough all the time. At this point, it's just might as well have fun when you're doing it. And I halfway at times, honestly, treat this like goddamn karaoke night. I won't lie. Thea's on time to go or something, anything. Nah. Thea's gotten better. Thea's gotten respectful out here. I've seen people throw this idea out there, and I will pose this to the chat while KJ's on a pause. I'll do twofold question. You can let me know, A, do you think that Thea Hale could be, should be, might be the odds-on favorite to be the new NXT North American champion, because they have put a big amount of a push behind her, I will say that. And B, if it's not her, who would you have as your first North American women's champion? I've gone on the record and said I would say Julia. I mean, it'd be a hell of a way to introduce her and everything. It might be a gamble if you introduce her right out of the gate and you put a belt on her, but I'm willing to take that. So, but let me know who you would have. Do you think Thea should be a North American champion, NXT Women's North American champion? And, B, if not her, then who would you have? Which I guess we could even talk about how I saw after the fact, because we missed it while we were live, of how so next week they will decide who's going to be the next Raw World Women's Champion. The belt that Rhea just vacated here. Who do we think's going to win that? Do we do a tournament? How do we decide that even? I feel like a lot of people are going to probably just instantly go on that it should be Liv, and you have her be a reign until Rhea comes back. I mean, 3-4 month reign maybe wouldn't be a bad thing. And especially people have been wanting Liv to do something here. So I could see it, but I've also seen people say Nia, people say Shayna. I mean, even Becky and Asuka, even though I think Asuka's on SmackDown, depending on the draft. But yeah. Hey, Propunzel letting us know you got tickets to Dynasty. Well, there you go, my guy. Be a friend, tell a friend. Let everybody know that, about the Wrestling for Life Network and all that. If you can, show that you got a sign there and everything like that, we'll send you a t-shirt, my guy. Absolutely. Again, I will remind everybody I am in commercial break. First North American Women's Champion should be Lash Legend. Not mad at it. I can see it. I can see the potential, but that's, again, I think that goes to the point that they have enough depth in that division that they can run 2 championships and still keep both competitive. A lot of other companies have tried that and kind of can't pull it off. And I'd honestly would be slightly interesting if main roster could do it. You would have to have that mid-card belt float across both brands. As I've got Soul with Ava backstage right now here, and they both got the midriff showing, so I guess it's a good thing that KJ's on a pause. He's out there just trying to knit them, longer shirts and everything to wear. Bragger, who you what? Steven, I don't know what you're saying. Was Gigi Dolan on the shoe tonight? I don't know if she was on the shoe. I don't know if she did a shoey, but she was on the show. I can tell you that. She was there, playing, the scene in the park there with Ariana Grace here. But right now I've got Thea Hale versus Tatum Paxley. So let me know who you're taking for this match, folks. We've got Thea Hale, who, like I was saying, they very much have had a push behind a bit. I mean, Andre Chase needs to go to, Gamblers Anonymous, but we've also got Tatum Paxley. God damn, that was impressive. As she literally just ducks under and then meets Thea face to face here. But we did have the really well done video package for Tatum earlier here. And I think I'm taking Tatum to pick up this win. And I think it's interesting again, I'll be the first to admit it. I was one of those I thought she would have been, amongst the wasteland there a bit in the catering crew once the Diamond Mine and everything like that split up. But now she's managed to sit there and turn this into an over gimmick, sit there and get herself very much featured in the world title division. So she's very much had one of the biggest. She's probably done the best outside of the Creed brothers in the Diamond Mine. Tatum for the win, Paxley for the win, Paxley for the win, Channing Tatum for the win, Tatum for the win. Ava will be new champion. She's GM. I don't think she's going to be a champion anytime soon. Kyle went up saying Thea for the win. Danny D saying Paxley for the win. Soul Ruka versus Blair Davenport next week in a no disqualification match. Okay, thank you, Damien, for letting me know what they were talking about there. I was, we got the knee pad police. I guess when KJ's not here, I got to be the fucking midriff police out here. As that's a very interesting. I am Vic Joseph saying it's a unique submission. It's goddamn like reverse Mexican surfboard, but also like you have Tatum just kind of like pushing, on Thea's face awkwardly. Yeah. Chair's calling for a DQ. I don't think so. Corey, wait, I just changed my mind. The first NA Women's Champion should be Brandy Rhodes. Oh, God. No, I don't want to see, respectfully, I do not want to see Brandy Rhodes in a professional wrestling ring in any sort of competitive faction ever again. Fashion, not faction. Well, faction or fashion, but yes. Rolling neck cutter from Thea. And Thea just sits there and turns around and throws a suck it. Bro, is that Jasmine Ninks out here? Just what in the good googly moogly? So JC Jane causes a distraction after Jasmine Ninks caused all the distractions, for the best and worst reasons. But now we've got JC and Dia going out of here. So this is going to be obviously the next big feud going up here. I feel like we've kind of already had this. I feel like we're always slightly rehashing everything with Chase U here. Has Chase U jumped the shark? Yeah. Good googly moogly. That thing is juicy. You sat there and were wearing attire that was, and putting emphasis on all the syllables. As now we go from literally Thea Hale and JC Jane throwing hands. Sorry, I had to collect myself there. We've got Lyra and Tatum throwing hands in the ring as well here. And now we've got Roxanne backstage here. We've had really two big men's segments here. Everything else has been focused on women's wrestling, women's matches, women's storylines, women's feuds. But we want to say that WWE doesn't put women's divisions over or anything like that. And especially NXT does it. I would say the only one who does it arguably potentially better would be TNA. But that's split hairs. Half a dozen sticks to the other. So, goddamn. Ava ain't even in frame and shit damn near almost. But so Roxanne was about to announce who she's going to be taking on at spring break, but Ava's coming out here. Out here laying down who she's going to face, as Roxanne's saying, everyone's against me. Who I missed it. Who did she say she would be facing? Who did Ava say she would be facing?
I have great timing. I just avoided.
Fair enough. I was going to say, speaking of things I missed, but yes.
Oh.
I
I don't know who she said. I don't know what she said. As the final testament in the house, AOP is going to take on Social Gathering.
Fucking flashbang of an entrance here, my guy. Of just Call of Duty out here.
Let's go.
Over under 5 minutes of this match.
Under.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Under.
This is just going to be smash up. Now, how do you feel of Karrion Kross, was on NXT, gets called up, has to deal with, the gimp mask essentially and everything, BDSM gladiator, and then, goes away, comes back, is kind of getting a push. It kind of goes flattish. Now we've got this whole new faction that migrates to NXT, and I feel, again, like we were saying with Natty, they're going to be an NXT thing.
Yeah, I don't mind it though. I understand how the path to get here, but they do need some type of shakeup. They got to find some dominance, find some relevance. So if it takes a little stint in NXT to do so, I think, what else do you do at this point? It just hasn't gone well.
Not even in the slightest, a little bit here. Well, there's so much potential. That's the thing, is it's so interesting. On one hand, we're talking about everything with, Bo Dallas, Taylor Rotunda, whichever way he wants to come back as, and everything like that. And we have someone like a Karrion Kross who should have been in that same Malachi, Aleister Black, that same kind of lineage, that arc there. Yeah. And just could never get the gears to click right.
Yeah, I honestly think it was because of how he was presented when he first got to that main roster. And again, we talked about the mask, we talked about the skirt, we talked about the losses he took. And I feel like even when they try to reintroduce him, we're like, oh, great, he's back. But there's just a disconnect between him and the audience. I don't know if Paul Ellering helps that at all, but again, way under 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. They're in a pickle. So maybe coming back to NXT, being very dominant, having a chip on his shoulder, give them a bit of time and see what they can do with them. I don't know. I like them. I believe, him and Scarlett bring a lot to the table. But, man.
I think, and this is going to be, honestly, I think probably one of the best things for NXT, especially now that they're acknowledging and viewing, and especially with Hunter being at the helm of, see what I did there, having them involved in the draft and everything of stuff that may not be getting over on the main roster, or may not need some time to develop, or a Natalia or anything like that could either help out. Like we've seen when they would send somebody down for a month. Now you can just go there and work there, and that's where you go and you develop. You either can help somebody out, you can refresh in your shit, you can add the depth and the layers. Like we've even said it with guys who are on NXT right now, that they still need some time to really kind of, figure out what, the final destination is with this shit here.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Where's the final destination for the final testament? And you're not wrong. And, Steve has a point. We did get that whole rush of, everything that happened with the White Rabbit, to the point where we thought, is Karrion involved? Is he one of the six? That's how closely they were linked. And it was okay.
I still think the biggest thing that killed Karrion Kross's momentum, outside of He Who Shall Not Be Named's doing, was the Adam Cole promo of, they have to give you this, they have to give you that. Because but that's the thing, is it's one of those of to a lot of people, it probably became hard to look at him in a different light
but I feel like he was a badass for so much longer than that. I feel like after that promo,
that's when he lost the title and everything afterwards and everything. That's when he went on the call up.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It could be. My perception is different, but yeah, it definitely could be.
Oh, God.
He is just.
Hello. They're literally playing fucking hacky sack with these men on fucking
hacky.
Right. At this point, would you just not just? I'll take the fucking pin, just let it end. Like, I
Yeah,
don't want to be thrown
stop
around by
needing
these giant men anymore. Literally, they're just tossing them around like they're throwing fucking
It's
sacks of
hilarious.
potatoes.
Now, after this big rant, watch them win.
I mean, my guy.
Danny saying Cross with AOP should be much better. Definitely could. Yeah, it should be. I think that initial feud, and it was really awkward and confusing. Bobby's not the most charismatic guy at times. So I feel like that whole feud was meh. It didn't help either faction.
I feel like we've never gotten a full version of AOP either, though, too. Like, we had them, and they were constantly always either one or the other was injured.
Right.
And then, were they with Seth before they left, or did they come back? Were with Seth for a little
With
bit
Seth
and then left
before they left,
again.
I think. I don't know. Yeah, maybe a bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is
Oh,
we've never really seen a full version of them, like an extended run.
yeah, true. AOP for the win.
This
But
Malik will not can kick out here, or is that yeah, that's Malik.
5-1,
Oh,
the Authors of Pain for the win,
run.
and Final Testament for the win. Okay, John, we're with you. Big win for AOP coming up.
What's going on here? I'm seeing 5 kg.
One kg is enough, I promise.
Well, are you 1 kg or are you 2 Kevin Owens?
Or is he KJ?
KJ in the bush is worth two KOs in the basket.
My Irish twin KO. Oh my God.
Oh. You know how you counter a tope? You powerbomb his partner into him.
That's how the IWC feels about all the topes we have to put up with. Just smash.
They were literally starting to get almost like a holy chant there.
Here comes the collider. Holy shit. I don't know. Did we make 5 minutes?
Really are that. I'll say this in the frame of like the Legion of Doom, and just that they just destroy people, and they look like they should, they could, they book them to do so.
Right. I like the comment to put AOP with Dijak, the world's top security team.
Top security in the world, Craig.
I'm in.
40, 35, 47.
Mm-hmm. Tatum Paxley, Pinbird Lady. Oh, wait a minute. The tag champs. Oh,
I legitimately forgot they won.
Yeah, well, they're legitimately might lose very soon.
Oh no, they're about to get thrown from goddamn pillar to post here.
Oh, we're doing the GG makeover, ladies and gentlemen. I think Nick's gonna go.
I'm gonna go. You can watch Pretty Women. I'll go take a pause here for a minute.
Okay. There you go. Hey, that's a fair trade-off for me. I left Nick with Ava. He leaves me with JJ or Gigi and Little Santina. Bird Lady and Psycho Lady. There you go. That'll be very interesting. Come on, Gigi. We all know you. Hello, Pain City Rip on the victim team against AOP. AOP looked good, though. AOP, I was very happy with AOP's return. And in this match, they dominated. They looked efficient. Big power moves. I think it works across the board. I will take a second. Right now, we got Gigi and, like I said, Little Santina on the screen as Grace is giving Gigi a makeover. I'm not mad. I don't know what's happening, but I'm not mad. Ava brings ratings, says Keyshawn. I love it. But ladies and gentlemen, we are back tomorrow. And if you haven't hit that like and subscribe, please do so. Make sure you click that little bell. You're here for all the shows. We got more coming your way. We just put up our draft special coming next Thursday. So we're going to do a pre-draft where the boys on the channel make our picks for our shows. But Gigi in a dress and a pair of scissors. She Gigi'd it up When will the authors of pain face Indashir? Man, that is a beefy match, Larry. That could happen. That really could happen. Oh. All right. Sup, KJ Nick. What if Lola Vice brings out Jordan Grace in her corner? I saw someone else suggest Camille Jeff. Very interesting. I don't know. I mean, we've been waiting to see what's happening with Camille. A lot of people think AEW. We'll see. And that's something we also haven't talked about tonight. MCMG reported to be going to AEW. The ink is drying on that contract. As Ivar coming out to the ring. Poison Ivy. Yeah, absolutely. We'll see how far this makeover goes, folks. Have a great night, Geekbox. Thank you. Remember, folks, go check out Geekbox as they're throwing up clips left, right, and center. Great reaction videos, great content. And they've been the Geekbox has been nothing but nice to the Wrestling for Life Network over here at the Wrestling for Life Network. So, no, go check out Geekbox, and thank you so much for the poundage, the super chat. We do appreciate it. But yeah, anybody excited for Dynamite tomorrow? Stacked night, a whole lot of shit going on. The go-home show for Dynasty. We will be here Saturday and Sunday this week, as we do have TNA Rebellion, Collision, Rampage, and AEW Dynasty on the Sunday. So lots going on. When does Julia debut? Rumor is she won't be around until Heatwave. Wait and see. I'm not sure if part of that is just obligations, but she definitely is in the mix. We'll find out when. Cross and AOP versus Jinder and Indashir. That works. I'll take it. Looks like Santino bought a dress. MCMG versus Young Bucks. Yes, please. Chambers says it's got potential. Again, what makes me sour about it a little bit is the angle's probably going to be hard to watch. I do not love the Bucks. I don't like how they present themselves. However, MCMG and the Bucks in the ring should be great. Should be. I hope Punk is on AEW tomorrow. Maybe. You never know. They might try and pop another rating and get CM Punk back in the fold. Julia making her debut July 7th. She will face the winner of one of the women's champions on that card. There you go, Damien. There you go. What match? Oh, Nick. Well, here's my theory. I still say it. FTR is going to win on Sunday. So probably MCMG show up after that match. Get face-to-face with the new champs. Paul, thank you so much for the super chat. WWE thinks you're stupid. How many makeover stories do we need? It happened 2 months ago with Thea and JC. Paul, kind of agree with it. We've been there. We've done that. Holy shit, the Detroit Red Wings scored with 3 seconds left to save their season. Woo-hoo-hoo! Sorry, sidetrack. What are you most excited for at Dynasty? Joe Swerve, for sure. I want to see what happens in that match. It should be a hell of a match. I want to see Swerve win. We'll see. I mean, the card is interesting. It really is an interesting card. The trios match with Edge, okay, I guess. Young Bucks FTR I don't think that's ever been in a colder potential time than now. Hasn't been overly exciting. Don't love how they've done it. More talk about Punk than anything else in this storyline. We'll see. What else? Oh, Danielson and Ospreay. Though I think the build for Danielson and Ospreay has been terrible, I'm very excited for the match. But they haven't interacted enough for my liking. Looking forward to Kyle O'Reilly versus Roderick Strong. Should be a good match. Should be a solid match. Even Cornette's getting tired of FTR. FTR is interesting because when they were kind of on the outs with the company and looking to up their contract, Dak starts his own podcast, starts being controversial, starts hinting at maybe he's going to the dub. And then when they re-signed, it became rah-rah, everything's great, we love this place, we're just trying to build this place. I'm kind of tired of their promos. I know Dax has a daughter, he loves her. I have a daughter, I love her. You don't need to cut a promo about her every time we see you. We get it, you're working for your family, but show up and kick some ass. Be those guys. Have a bit of a chip on your shoulder. Be the top guys that you used to be. You're always on the losing end of a ass whooping. Ospreay, Bryan, and Swerve winning is all I'm looking forward to at Dynasty. Scott, that's not a lot. It's not a lot. AEW is going to be in Peoria, Illinois. I think I said that right. On Saturday. If it doesn't play in Peoria, it doesn't play in the rest of America. Interesting. As we got Ivar and Josh Briggs in the ring, we will take your prediction on this match as well, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you got? Who do you got? Strong and O'Reilly should be a good match. The thing is, I just don't know where we're at with O'Reilly. His return has been odd, and I don't know what he's going through. I hope he's okay, but there's just something that's lacked here, and we'll see. It should be a banger. Two guys that know each other very well. Should be fun. And once again, thank you so much. And remember, folks, the super chat is your way to guarantee that we click on your comments. Oh, Braid's sidewalk slam into a splash. NXT title needs a new makeover. Oh, Eric, listen, if we get any more new belts, the debating on this channel about the belts are going to kill me. But I don't mind the NXT belt. Jack Perry's going to help the Bucks win the tag title match 100%. I'd be shocked if that's not the case. And listen, from the beginning this all started, Sting did not need to be a tag champion on his way out. He did not need the belts. The belts didn't need to be involved in the storyline. The belts didn't need to be involved in the angle. You could have been building up the tag team division with Ricky Starks and Big Bill. You went another direction. I feel like the deal was the Bucks go under Sting. You do a tournament. The Bucks get the belts they should have got at Revolution. So that's my take. Richard Pryor is from Peoria. Oh, Peoria. Ospreay versus Danielson. All right. Any chance Roxanne and Lyra lose at spring breaking and somehow Tatum wins the belt? Could Tatum sneak it out? She could. Maybe Roxanne's ready to go up, but I mean, that's such a quick turnaround. They just give her the belt back for that gratuitous rub? Maybe. Strong versus O'Reilly. Let's go. As Ivar gets the 2 count. I saw Starks and Big Bill faces on a milk carton. Another couple wrestlers were wondering where they went. His crap lived there 7 years. All right, AEW. Ivar for the win. Tony, were they smiling? Josh Briggs for the win. Daniel Garcia join with Pac and Penta tomorrow. Yeah, I saw this match added. I kind of scratched my head of like, okay, interesting combination. I know there's history with Pac and Penta. So, Daniel kind of slides in there, but it is what it is. We'll see how this match goes tomorrow, Jeff. Ivar for the win. May add Jericho and Hook versus. I hope they don't. I really hope Chambers. This whole Hook and Jericho thing has been absolutely awful. As Briggs goes into the stairs. Oh, weird. Interesting. I think we're having a technical difficulty a little bit. Peoria is crap. Got that one. Peoria. As Ivar. 1, 2, 3. Ivar with the win. KJ Owens gets a break. Let's go. anybody having issues right now with the stream? Interesting. 5-2. I know, Dale. Killing me, Smalls. Sky Blue, 6-1. Okay, we generally don't answer that there, James. If you want to make sure, hit the button. Just landed on his face. Pancaked. Big win for Ivar. So it looks like we're going to get Ivar Oba. Two big, beefy boys. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Wrong place, wrong time. Roxanne versus Lyra versus Tatum Paxley. Up next. Those days are long, long gone. Long, long gone. Remember, there's 2 F words we don't use on this channel, and that's one of them. Do you think John Moxley has a match at Dynasty? He might. And I mean, I really don't want Tony Khan to add any more than he already has. What? Landed right on his face. Deanna and Mariah May. Why didn't this match happen prior to the Tony Storm match? I know why it's happening now and how Deanna is kind of loosely connected to it, but this match should have already happened.
Speaking of already happened, I don't know.
What's up?
What up? Yeah. I don't know. I can't help it. I'm madly in love with Adriana Rizzo. Well, there you go. Got the Rizzo.
Well, there it is.
Yeah. Crazy Lady versus Bird Lady versus Soccer Lady in a triple threat. There you go. Gotta love technical glitches. As we're setting up, is this weird to see? If we're watching them literally set this up like panel by panel. Is this telling me that someone's going through a panel?
I guess it's the ceiling's too low to have it all hanging up there.
Interesting. Yeah, that's actually something to think about.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the chat right now, I want everyone out there, everybody who's watching right now, give us a flames, give us a thumbs up. Every single person, give us something. I don't care if it's a 1 letter, 1 number. Put something in the chat and send it through. Just please.
Hey, the numbers are a little funky on our end and everything. That we're seeing comments come through and everything like that, but it looks like we're having technical issues with the tubes of views. So yes,
that's why I'm like doing roll call. Like we got right. Damien, Easy Bake, Boston, Curtis, Danny D, MDB, Money. Y'all here?
So like I said, it's a tubes of you issue. That's the thing. At times, when you're caught up. See, even Anthony's out there. When you're caught up in the tubes of you,
Present Bueller.
Right.
As we are
Steven just sending a middle finger through, just letting us know.
I'll accept that as long as I know you're here.
Hey, we got poutine. There you go.
As we are getting a bit of a hype up package here, will they continue to construct the steel cage? It's a YouTube issue, I think. Fuck, I would hope so. Like that's record breaking.
Literally, I was like, God damn, what did we say?
What did we say? I'm like, we probably said something.
It's goddamn Maple Leafs game coming through on the back end there. They're like, the NHL's like, no.
Right. You guys are great. Thank you, Broken Halo. It's definitely an issue. Yeah, there's definitely more than 2 people hanging out with us right now.
Thanks. Hey, YouTube, fix your shit.
Yeah, like, do you got to take your shoes and socks off to count around here? What's going on?
Right. I'm about to go Paul Heyman out here. I want you to. No, I don't want you to do that. But yeah.
Well, yeah, we're in. Oh, go ahead, Nick.
No, I was just going to literally give the same sentiment you were about to give. I feel of we're into the main event here of this 100% should be the ultimate payoff here for this feud.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially with that draft coming up, I really think it's going to be a good match, especially because I mean, this match and Jay and Jimmy were my like 2 least favorite matches of the weekend.
Yeah, sadly, like 2 matches you were really excited for kind of just both fell flat. Like,
Yeah.
and now granted, we've got Trick out here on Sports Center. YouTube needs knee pads. Yeah, they do 100%. He
Wait,
missed it. Wait, what?
He missed the thing about being Canadian. Who?
I don't know.
I missed it. Yep.
I know he's Canadian. We work together a little bit. We kind of know each other. So
I know you.
Yeah, I know you. You're Kevin Owens.
So I want to know who the one person in the chat is right now. Like, who's the one? Oh, 2.
It's the tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Right. We've all become one collective.
Right. They've just like, y'all are doing too much. Y'all one hive mind here. So you count as one person.
Ilya versus Trick will be a banger next week. Let's go. Spring breaking. Will that be on the first night or the second night of spring breaking, though?
Is it interesting that they're doing 2 nights for that? I know I feel like they kind of tend to do it. But yeah.
Yeah, it seems like the new trend, the new way it is, Nick, is that Vengeance Day, what else do we have? The spring break-in, heat wave, they're all 2-night events now.
Well, if you're going to do it and you're going to have it as you're part of your weekly TV show versus you're going to do it as a premium live event, I mean, I'm not mad at it.
No, not at all.
TK blocked us from YouTube.
Right?
Well, C Money giving advice. I don't know if that's, anything you can do, but saying click on participants, it will tell you who's in the chat room.
Yeah. Thank you, C Money.
I'm just trying to help. I don't know.
Very helpful.
Marvin stands. So do we acknowledge you? Absolutely. You, regardless whether there's 2 of you or 200 of you, 100% you need to acknowledge us. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Be a friend, tell a friend. We got the merch stores, we got the Tiki Talks, we got all the buttons and everything. We got all the gizmos and gadgets for you here.
Fact.
Broken Halo saying YouTube has a lot of issues. I have to keep subscribing to things I are subscribed to. So there you go.
Well,
so I don't care. Hey, we're going the Tony Khan philosophy. I don't care if I'm talking to 2,000 people or 3 people.
Proof.
Or just 2 youths.
These 2 youths.
Well.
Who do you guys see who's getting who?
Yeah, I mentioned this while you were on a pause because it had been brought up and I didn't know if we caught it when we were live or anything. I had seen it more after the fact. So who do you have as your future new Raw Women's Champion?
I think Liv's the front runner.
Kind of has to be.
Liv might be the front runner here. And again, are you surprised that we're going to find out next week? Like I can't imagine they're just handing it to somebody next week.
You felt like there should be a tournament or something here. Anything.
I imagine there's going to be like a fatal 4-way, triple threat.
But what's the match? What's the match that you do? Like, what is it? You do Nia,
Liv, and
Shayna? Becky, if she's there.
Bring back Becky to get a pop, maybe.
But if Becky gets the biggest pop, should she not win it? Liv should get your biggest reaction if you do.
But if Becky was planning to take time away, is she going to pull a Mox and just stay?
Well,
down by the bay,
she's countered that whole statement about taking time away and everything of advertising like the European tour that they're going on and everything like that. So I mean, it'd be interesting if you had her involved in it. There's tons of potential, and that's the thing. There's tons of other challengers that could have been there. It's the interesting thing of the only thing that could stop Mommy was an injury. It wasn't any competitor. It wasn't any, other situation. It was literally she had to get injured and get hurt for her to fucking have to give up the title.
Yeah. And again, that I think is going to play out very well in the future. So
Right.
again, it's unfortunate circumstances, but I think eventually the payoff is there. Oh, we're back to Little House on the Prairie. Carmelo.
Yeah.
We're gonna need
But so
nice.
yeah, the tubes of you keeps having issues and everything because on one hand of we're there and then we're not there. So I guess we need to pray. We need to get the pastor and Jesus and Luigi and everything together. We'll pray to the YouTube overlords here.
They'll figure it out. Usually I get a little message of like, we fucked up. We'll fix it later.
Right. Well, can we fuck up like CM Punk there and we'll fix it later? We'll show up at the offices and just choke somebody out. I
Right.
didn't punch him. I just choked him a little.
But here comes Carmelo Hayes. Him. Whooped. Look at the t-shirt. Whooped. And a picture of Hayes. Or Williams.
Trick, yeah. Yeah, but I was about to wonder, do we get it to where we get the double turn or the double reveal to where like Trick's one of the people that came out with Carmelo here?
For the cage match? Nah. I think it needs to be a gauntlet. Yeah, I'd be down for a gauntlet. Hey, could it be Alexa Bliss comes back and shocks the world? I'm back. Thank you for my belt. I'm all for it. Let's go.
What if it's FAB? Well, we get Carmella coming out there.
It could be. I'm curious how Carmella comes back. As here comes Trick.
All the trumpets and everything, I'm just starting to think of, I told you long ago on a road.
It does. It definitely starts like that.
Right.
They've just handed the title off before, but I hope. Yeah, but I mean, at least before they had Asuka won the Money in the Bank. She has to challenge the champion. So, hey, we'll give Asuka the belt. We don't have that right now.
But I do think that it's going to be one of those of it is a triple threat, like you said, of we get some sort of match, a fatal four-way, anything like that. Christ, we even could get a gauntlet match. We don't know how they're going to do it. We just know it's essentially not going to be a tournament because it'll be decided next Monday.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. Definitely.
Yeah, we're going to get a decision. We just don't know how we're going to get there, but I do think it has to be Liv. I said this while you're on your pause of you give Liv about a little 3-4 month reign with it, and then that's when Rhea comes back, and you've now very much validated Liv, hopefully, and Rhea just comes back like a fucking monster.
Yeah, no, I completely. Yeah, I think Liv has to have the belt when Rhea returns, but I mean, they could do a non-belt storyline with Liv, but I think it plays better if Liv is the one actually holding the belt. But that doesn't mean Liv has to win it now. Liv could win it in 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a pay-per-view, right before Rhea comes back.
As we got to give her a run. I'd give her a run.
Give her a run.
We'll let her flesh out the heel character. Let her flesh out that and let her act of now since Rhea's gone and she acts like it's her fucking throne. And then Mommy shows up and Mommy's always on top. Pause.
Facts.
As we did have bell ring and we are underway with Trick versus Carmelo. So again, if you haven't given us your prediction, one of you plus the 72 of you in the chat that YouTube doesn't want to acknowledge, apparently. Let us know who you're taking, whether you're taking Trick or whether you're taking Carmelo. And twofold question is this, Carmelo's last match in NXT, I think clearly. Yes. Is this Trick's second to last match in NXT?
Maybe not. I think Trick becomes the new world champion and Ilya goes up.
Facts.
So I think Trick's got a little bit of runway to go. Oh, as they give Melo a baton. A baguette. Trick for the win. Trick for the win. Carmelo for the win. Yeah, when Rhea Ripley returns, I'm really excited at the idea. Like even last night, the grit in her teeth, the anger, because that didn't make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, boys. I don't know what to tell you.
In more ways than one, but yes. But is it interesting, just to pull it back to this, is it interesting that most of these shots have been pretty much through the cage itself versus acting like we're in the ring or anything? Like they've literally been shooting like you getting the fencing right in the front of the camera here.
Yeah, interesting. We'll see how the match progresses as we go into a commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Still have 3 minutes, usually an 8 minutes. So we got about 11 minutes on the clock ish, maybe 10. As we go to a commercial, I'm assuming, I think it's so gutless to go to a commercial with 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left on the clock. That's gutless.
Well, Jesus, and I'm so sick of this feud for the win. Yes, Mike, we know that there's very clearly more than one person. It is very much the tubes of the U got their tubes tied, so they need to figure that shit out.
Right. I legit thought I had said something like, what did I do?
Literally, I'm like, wait, what is happening?
Oh, so fuck this, we're out.
Literally, everyone's just like, nah, you can have that. Well,
Honestly,
but then when I was trying to go back to our stream and YouTube's like, what the fuck are you trying to look for? I'm like, me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I can't even put a like on it right now. It's the weirdest thing. But anyway, shit happens, folks. We're rolling along. As you can see from the chat, there's plenty of people still hanging out with us.
Point blank, period, positive here of 100%. Don't matter if there's 2 people in the mausoleums or there's 200 people out there. 100% we're here live covering wrestling and everything. Well, no matter whatever the fucking YouTube overlords decide they want to say and everything like that. But absolutely, there ain't nobody out here often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Nobody covers more live wrestling than we do. And trust me, we got plenty of things waiting in the wings. And we even got next Thursday, we're going to even do our own little draft special here of, I think we'll each kind of have a show between you and me and Anthony of, which one we're going to be drafting for. And, fitting, is it fitting that WWE did this just in time for the NFL draft? I mean, it might have been just a little point ahead, look smart a little bit.
Everybody already talking draft season, so might as well jump on the train.
Honestly, Jones comes back to Screw Trick. He just come back just to let us know he's there, that he's alive, that he's doing well.
Right. Yeah, I'm still here, folks. Don't forget it. We'll see. Be a bit of a reach on that one.
Right now, we're back in action as Carmelo's just stomping away on Trick here. I thought Nick was a YouTube overlord. No, not quite. I'm a little bit more like Warlord, just kind of, losing my hair and just a lot bigger and unnecessary. That joke went over like a fucking nuclear bomb. Like right now, I'm trying to subscribe to y'all on YouTube won't let me. Yeah. So again, we've established at this point that it's a YouTube issue. So again, T's and P's to the YouTube overlords.
Right.
But we roll on.
There we go. That's all we can do, folks. It happens.
Right.
Think you're one of the lucky ones that are here with us and get to enjoy it.
Right, exactly. Just you're one of the 3. It's like Willy Wonka. It's like Patrick Dempsey that we saw here earlier. You're one of the lucky 3. I've got a golden ticket.
That's Trick with the head scissors right now. Sorry, Carmelo. Trick gets out.
Right. Is it interesting that Trick's got a little bit of the, tire and everything on right now with the camouflage?
Yeah.
Oh, He just ate all of that steel cage. And again, I'm still so surprised that we're literally watching this like if we were at ringside here. I know we've got even the cage, background behind us and everything. Maybe that's why, we only got two people. There's two people at ringside here watching through the cage and all that.
Oh, there you go. Mello wearing her business colors. There you go. Might be a little foreshadowing there.
If the Hurt Business was still a thing, yes. Now we got the Pride and we've got Omos and MVP on house shows.
True.
Did you see the video of
Omos on the airplane?
7'3" Omos trying to sit on a coach flight and everything?
I think I get pissed off on the lack of space on an airplane. Imagine being that motherfucker. Dude, the minute you said, did you see? I was like, he's going to.
Bro's getting JC out there, 3'9" with a 10-foot out there just trying to jam that shit in there.
Right? Jesus.
Rapunzel letting us know about the WNBA draft. Yes, Caitlin Clark did go number 1. I did see that.
Yeah, as expected.
So it's spring breaking, looking like a worthy pseudo pay-per-view card. So far, it's still being established and set up, but so far we're leaning that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's still kind of setting up in a little bit of ways, but yeah, there's a lot to dig into. And being that it's just an elevated weekly show, I think we'll be perfectly fine. I'm looking forward to quite a bit. We're going to get Natty and Lola Vice in the NXT Underground. I'm in. I don't care.
Is Natty the underdog from the Underground?
Right?
Oh, sidekick. By the way, it just goes without saying, though, just going back to Monday Night Raw real quick here, of the love and praise that whole shot from Jay walking from his mat straight out to Zammy, that transition back through and everything has been arguably discussed as one of the greatest Raw entrances and everything of all time. Of like,
oh yeah,
that's just super cinematic, super great production.
Yeah, no, it's outstanding, Nick. Like, it really is. Like, I thought it was so cool, so well done, hyped you up for the match, got you ready for it.
Right. I'm on my phone and TV. It won't let me subscribe to you. We get it. We get YouTube's up. We've established that. Respectfully broken. Love it, but we get it. Don't worry. So then, just still after this and everything, you can make sure you do that. Jesus out here saying, I'm gonna do fan art of y'all. It won't be very good at all. Like, seriously, because I've just started doing artsy stuff in the past year, but it'll be something. I'm fine with it. We'll be like the Shroud of Turin there, to where you had, what was it? It was either the Mother Teresa. Or no, it was either Mary Magdalene or, Jesus there, the little shroud, the little cloth there.
Yeah. 2. We got a 2.
Big Nick, are you related to the Carlsons up in Boston, Worcester area? Not to my knowledge, nor my recollection, but I mean, you can have that. As long as you send me Christmas presents and invite me over for Thanksgiving dinner, we can be friends. I'll be honorary step cousin-in-law.
Right.
As we're getting a "This is awesome" chant right now.
All right. It wasn't me this time, says Tony. Not a bad match. Not a bad match.
Right. Well, actually, Kyle bringing up an interesting point. Would it have been better suiting if it was Carmen and Lola in the NXT Underground match, as we've got both men going back and forth, fucking clattering each other into the steel cage up here? Does it add that extra little bonus, though, a little bit, like we were talking about earlier? If you saw this shit literally get constructed right before we went to the start of this match. So, this is like, when you're on that fucking, Ferris wheel and everything at the local carnival. This shit might break down at any minute here.
Yeah. Trick blocks the face plant. Trouble in paradise.
SOS. Hey, we got the Putty
Security.
Patrol out here showing up.
The Foot Clan in the house.
Right. The right to censor foot.
Oh, we got somebody in the ring with a chair. If that's Odyssey Jones.
No, he's far too light and far too skinny. But he just eats the cage, and he's been instantly about to get just dumped out here.
Yeah, there's.
What could this lead to, though, that you get distracted of? You've got to fight off the Putty Patrol and everything. So then, that's when Carmelo sneaks the shot here. He's swinging for the fences with that chair.
Right.
Trick shot.
3. It's over.
3.
All right. Trick with the win. Looks. I'm pretty sure it's Florida, Boston. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Florida.
Fair enough.
Losing his pants.
Can I say something respectfully? I know we did talk through part of this. Carmelo's great. Trick's great. I don't know if they're great having matches together in the ring.
It hasn't, tonight, that match didn't deliver the way I anticipated.
Again, I know we talked and we were halfway sidetracked, so unless there's some giant, part of that we missed, but I don't feel like there was.
Yeah, it just didn't click. It didn't connect. Now we are, again, maybe just like a bit of a serve and volley because we're heading towards Trick versus Ilya at Spring Break. I like this visual, though. Trick on the cage, looking eye to eye with Ilya, who's on the balcony.
Right. Again, I'm glad the feud's done.
Yeah.
B, they're both super talented. I just, for whatever reason, don't think that they work well having a match together for whatever reason.
I have no idea why that wouldn't translate.
But again, I'm just glad I'm not the only one realizing that it just doesn't.
Yeah, I assumed they were going to have a burner, and then when they were going to run it back and do a steel cage, like, okay, get in there. What do we got? But folks, the show has come to an end. We will take your rating out of 10 on tonight's NXT. A pretty good night overall. Finished a little bit flat, but overall pretty entertaining. Went pretty quick. Yeah, very intriguing.
Well, Anthony's saying that match was decent at best.
Yeah.
No need for the chair to be there. Yeah, the chair didn't really play a big impact or anything.
No.
I feel like that you could have ended that show earlier almost, respectfully.
Yeah, that match didn't really, especially if Carmelo's leaving. Yeah, I really think that I expected, there was really no false finishes of almost over. Not a whole lot of intensity. Didn't really bring us on a ride. It was just like some shit happened, some sloppy shit happened. Big knee over, and too many people are using big knee finishers and knee finishers. Finishers are getting worse by the day.
Was it hindered by its time and placement on the show of you kind of already knew it was halfway up against it? Like, I think you should have almost, if you're not going to main event it, maybe give it like an hour or anything like that. Like, have it start top of the hour or anything like that. If you give it some time, etc. That's the thing is you needed to give that some time. I feel it's where you could have had those false finishes. You could have had the Putty Patrol interferes, and then Trick's got to fight it off, and then we come back, and then we've still got another little bit that he's got to overcome, and we've got more there. That seemed rushed and not well put together.
Yeah, I mean, way to go, Ava. No, I'm just kidding. But
fucking Naval Rain,
way to go. No, I think you're onto something there for sure. I think that it's it just didn't deliver. I would still have it in the main event spot, but you could have cut out several things that happened tonight that we didn't need. That would, maybe only one GG makeover segment. And given that match a little more time.
We only need one trailer to the fucking makeover movie there of
Right, Freaky Friday 3.
yeah. I was trying to think of the fucking movie with Dustin Hoffman and everything like that. Pretty Lady and everything. There we go.
Pretty Woman?
Pretty Woman, whatever. She's a lady. A woman is a lady. I got there. But yeah, you could have maybe trimmed some of the fat off of this episode. I think there was a lot to liking this. The Dijak and the Noam match was really good. The Javon Evans Ilya match was actually surprisingly really good.
That match was great.
That was a lot of just go on, lad. You ain't supposed to win, but just go on.
Yeah.
So that was good. I think we just ended on a really flat note. And again, we saw that Stand and Deliver, and now we've seen it on a main event that should have been the blow off here. Maybe just Trick and Carmelo aren't compatible in the ring together.
Again, a little surprising that they just don't seem to have that great of an in-ring chemistry when they actually get in there. I was really surprised.
Yeah.
8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 7, says Curtis. Eric with an 8, 7.75 out of 10 knee pads, -1 for Ridge.
I was going to say, yeah, did you minus a quarter because of Ridge only having 1?
Right. Melo and Trick have no chemistry. Yeah. It feels that way. It really does.
But it's so it'd be like if Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins didn't have chemistry in the ring, almost kind of type shit of like, you guys of all people should have that chemistry and should be able to really do that. And just it's how talented they are. And I don't know if it's because we know how talented they are that if this was anybody else, it'd be an okay match. But yeah.
Yeah. And again, I think when you have a really good story and you build that anticipation, that's part of it. Was you guys did a great job building this story. You just didn't pay us off, right? A little disappointing on the finish.
Right. Small Mark saying better career tag team, the Revival and FTR or the Briscoes. Well, that's an unfair question.
It's a tough one.
Well, I'm saying it's unfair because one can't be a team anymore. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of based on what they've done up to this point or what they had done up until, the obvious tragedy of Jay. I mean, FTR's fallen off for me. So, I mean, career-wise, their career has been pretty dull for me for about 2 years.
Well, you said this, and I heard you say it while I was on a pause, of even Young Bucks and FTR right now is the coldest it's ever been.
Yeah.
You shouldn't need CCTV footage. You shouldn't need ladder matches to sell me on what's supposed to be the top 2 tag teams of this fucking generation going at it. If you need gimmicks and shit like that to sell me on this feud, you failed, not me. You failed on selling me on this match.
And Tony Khan doubled down. He was very happy with putting out the footage. He thought, it was helping build a story. It makes perfect sense. This man is literally completely oblivious and ignorant to any of the feedback anyone's throwing at him. Like, he just doesn't get it. Everything's over his head.
I don't know what
justifies all of his choices. It's crazy, Nick.
I don't know what to make of this, and I know we just got off NXT and we're still taking the ratings, so I don't want to go on a full tangent. I don't know what to make of this. If on one hand you say you want competition, and that's the realest thing in pro wrestling is when the companies hate each other, but so then when the competition fights back, you're like, well, no, you're not supposed to fight back. Only I hit the buttons, and only I get to swing. Like, spoken like a true spoiled ass rich kid. Respectfully.
Yeah, no shit.
But and just this constant. Always that you're fighting from we're the victim, we're always everyone's against us. No, we're trying to help you, we're trying to give you better equipment, we're trying to teach you if you just jab and you do this thing called blocking, Tony, if you do what your wrestlers do and no sell, then maybe it might help the rest of your shit get over here.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, and again, like, it's like something almost across the board, like 96.7% of the reaction to any of that footage was negative, and he's just peachy key, like, oh no, it makes sense. Did you see Jack Perry's response to New Japan, like, oh, it's interesting.
Oh, cry me a river.
Yeah.
Did you see Tony Schiavone out there? And he's saying, well, I wasn't clearly upset about that. If you think we're anything like WCW, I was there and you can have that. No, I watched it and I know where your paycheck comes from too, Schiavone. So you can have that.
No, I agree. Larry, 7 out of 10. Their styles don't mesh. It's a size and style issue. I don't know.
Are they too similar?
I mean, again, that doesn't necessarily lead to, like, we've seen very similar. Like, I mean, that's lucha as far as what you're doing in the ring. Again, you just expect kind of high spots, good pace. It's a weird match with these two. 7 points.
Well, it seemed as much as something that was so, flooded with storytelling leading up to this. The matches have seemed void of that, though. Like, that's the thing. There really hasn't been anything that you get like a callback. Like, I would expect a Carmelo moment to where he's got, Trick in the corner and he does that kind of Roman Reigns stuff of like, you'd be nothing without me, blah, blah, blah. And he slaps him in the face. And then say that's when Trick fires up. There was no storytelling. It was really, let's just do some really athletic shit.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at Ilya taking on Evans tonight, and that had all the intensity. That kid was fighting for his life. Ilya's intense always, and every move you felt, every slap, you were right with them. And then here's these two guys that have a history, have a story that should be more, pulling us along, and it didn't really move the needle.
That is really like the perfect counterpoint there of like, so you have, again, two athletic guys who theoretically have no story going into this, but sell us on the story during the match versus two guys who have all the story going into this match, but make us forget the story during the match.
A little bit, right? 8 out of 10. It's clear Trick needs to be in NXT longer. I think so. I would agree with that. He's going to be champion, but he's going to need some time.
But that's not even a knock on him, because even for, again, where he's at to be at where he's at now, 100%. Like, this guy's going from like NIL deal to world title.
Yeah, and he jumps on that fast track real quick because he gets over with that Trick goes over really well. But again, sometimes maybe, the hype and what you do out of the ring progress faster with Trick than is in ring. So we got to clean that up a little.
Is he a bit like Carmelo? And you wonder if you potentially missed the hype a little bit. But how Carmelo was very much at one point the guy you felt like he was fast tracked, much like Braun Breaker, to the main roster. And then now is when he's getting called up, and maybe that momentum might have tapered a little bit.
Yeah, I see what you're saying for sure. I think the object of the game here is you draft them, you make it important that you draft them, present them well on the onset, and then it really doesn't matter what his momentum was now, right? Like, I think you reignite it, whatever you're going to attempt with Carmelo. Trick needs a little more fine tuning. Navel Reigns. Pretty lady.
Not shit, she actually is a cousin to Roman Reigns to an extent. So I was going to say not a cousin to Roman Reigns, but Navel Reigns. Yeah.
Right. That's actually funny. She needs to hide that shit.
Again, MDB's got the knee pad police. You've got the naval fucking squad or something.
I'm a big fan of a nice belly button. You throw a piercing in it, you're good to go. But I mean, when I'm trying to take you serious,
you're out here like Stevie Richards with the fucking right to censor out here.
Right?
No, there will be no midriff on my show.
I cannot take you serious the way you're presenting yourself. I'm sorry.
No, you want them in the bonnets and the Amish paradise.
Yeah, let's go with that, right? Little fucking. I was gonna say Little Orphan Annie.
Little Orton Annie.
Little Orton Annie. Anna Green Gables over here. Let's go.
Yeah, little NXT on the prairie there. That's what you want.
What match are you looking forward to tomorrow night, Nick and KJ?
Ospreay versus Claudio. We're going swinging.
Yeah, we're going swinging, but Claudio about to eat now hard.
But I think that'll be a good match. I think like that's the thing is, I will admit that AW has had some fantastic matches. Like even with the Young Bucks bullshit that happened, you got Penta and Copeland right before that. That was a good match, and then you proceeded to negate everything that you got beforehand. I think like Dynasty is set up for Joe and Swerve to be a fantastic match. Ospreay Danielson, a fantastic match. In ring, there's the potential for FTR versus the Bucks to be a great match. It's one of those of
struggle.
You got to tune out. You got to la 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 with the CM Punk chants.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, Dynasty's an interesting card because there's some things on it that I'm not very interested in, but could be really good matches when you get everybody in the ring together. So it'll be a very interesting. I hope not too much gets added. We got this meeting between Hook and Jericho. I feel like Hook and Jericho are going to get added to this show. An absolute bathroom break of a match.
Jericho needs the Hook. 100%. And I just get the fuck off stage, my guy.
Exit stage left, please.
Yeah, you get 5 minutes in the penalty box here.
Yeah. NXT has to work on building more male main eventers after Ilya and Carmelo go to the draft. I think that's the work in progress, Nick. I think they're doing that. I mean, we see like an Oba coming up and being relevant. You got a Dijak that can slide in there. They're trying to make Gacy move. There's some potential coming up behind.
Yeah, well, I think you don't need to draft anything is what I was almost halfway reading out of that, because you've got Trick, you've got Tony if he's going to go up there, you've got an Oba, if Dijak stays, you've got that, maybe a Briggs if Ivar stays down, if Cross stays down. You do have a depth there. You've got to just unlock it. You've got to decide that's the one that you want to use here.
Yeah, absolutely. Booker T has to go. Liked him as a wrestler. I like him on commentary as the color man on the team. I think he's great.
All I can say to this is just shucky ducky quack quack. I'm a big fan of Booker T, 100%. Have you gone back and ever watched when he was in TNA and he was in the Main Event Mafia and he's out there on commentary calling his own match? Like he's literally, another style by Booker T. Another style. It's just I think he's okay. Well, and he plays really well to a Vic Joseph, and that's the thing. I think WWE commentary right now has really hit its stride, I feel, a bit with Monday Night Raw with Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. That worked well on SmackDown and works just as well on Monday Night Raw. NXT, Vic and Booker works great. SmackDown, Corey and Barrett, I think, has worked really well. So 100%. There's no Kevin Patrick's, respectfully. So, yeah.
Hey, one straight shooter, one guy that's a little over the top. Like Pat's over the top. Some people don't like Pat because he is so over the top. Booker, to me, he's not offensive. He doesn't take away from the show. Like I might not like, this guy is. I think he's fine. I don't understand why they're like, I don't like this guy. I don't get it.
Everyone wants Morrow.
6 out of 10. Well, you are not supposed to repeat what you hear in the barbershop. All right, I'm broken. We're with you.
There is no jobs in the champagne room.
Yeah, right.
No, what was it? It was last night of there is no chokeholds in the gorilla position.
In the gorilla position. Do you think Willow beats Julia on Sunday? Yes.
Now, why do you think that?
Because she's going to fight Sasha Banks at Double or Nothing for the title. It's again basic storytelling. It's what Tony's all about. They've already set up the match after this match, which is disappointing. I think Willow goes on to. I actually think Sasha Banks will be TBS champion come Double or Nothing.
Is it interesting, that Sasha's going after the TBS title instead of the
Don't get it?
Yeah, it's like anything with Sasha Mercedes. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I agree with you. I was curious if you were going to mention it because I've heard that Julia might be injured going into this match, a little bit of Rhea Ripley, so they might have her do the JOB, take the 1, 2, 3. You get the twofold, like you said, if you set up Willow versus Mercedes, and then B, you get Julia is able to kind of take her pause for the cause and rest and recover because she has 100% been the staple and the workhorse of that women's division. She's gotten that women's division over as Julia Hart. Absolutely.
Really?
Well,
really?
Out of everyone on that division, is she's the one that's
describing Julia Hart as a workhorse? You are high.
Who are you going to take? No, I'm saying out of that division. Who else are you going to take? Toni Storm?
Yeah.
Character
She's your world champion.
But Julia Hart was doing this before Toni Storm.
Julia Hart was a flash in the pan. She was a flavor of the month, like Dante Martin. She got.
You don't think she's had any momentum or anything like that going through?
The best thing about Julia Hart right now is her entrance. That's it. She's not. She hasn't been in any like overly exciting angles. She's been caught up like the Statlander shit.
Okay, so Toni Storm and Deonna Purrazzo was a 5-star banger there.
It's better than what Julia Hart's doing, and I never even brought up that as an example. I'm basing it strictly on Julia Hart not doing shit. If she wasn't cute and had a good entrance, we wouldn't even be talking about her right now.
Workhorse. I respect.
Workhorse. How many matches has she had?
How many matches has she had? She's wrestled at least once to twice a week.
Really? I've missed it. So that's
between collision and tag matches with Sky Blue and everything like that, or defending the title, this, that, and the third, and everything like that.
Couple tag matches. I don't recall her working a lot at all.
But then who would you put out there? You said Toni Storm. So Toni Storm's your workhorse?
Toni Storm's been a bigger workhorse than Julia Hart for sure.
Workhorse or draw or
both. As far as she works, she's always on the show. She's always bringing it. She's definitely a standout. It's not even a fair comparable.
Yeah, that's why Maria May's having all the matches right now.
As her lackey, absolutely. We know how a champion rolls, but Julia Hart as a workhorse doesn't register for me. I think she loses, and I think that Sasha moves on, and that's Sasha's big thing. Like, again, they're marks for themselves. Sasha got hurt by Willow in New Japan, won a belt that Sasha wanted. Now here's the come up.
Have you done anything outside of just vaguely hinting at that to really get that over with, like, your audience? Like, that's been the biggest thing, and we're not even fully nitpicking how AW book shit of just, you don't book anything to anyone that doesn't live on Twitter, that doesn't live on the internet, that isn't, a diehard wrestling fan, would give a shit about this, is invested, knows what's going on at all. Like, even showing the footage. If you're not living on Twitter, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
No. I think DMD attacked Mercedes. Interesting. I assumed it was Willow. But I don't like Mercedes coming out and cutting a promo 2 weeks before your pay-per-view that at the next pay-per-view, fuck the ranking system, she will be fighting whoever, and then spends her whole time arguing with Willow. So if Julia does retain, well, you just spent all the time building up the match with Willow instead of the match with Julia. So you kind of fucked and shot yourself in the foot before we even start building for Double or Nothing.
But see, you could have just ended that sentence of, I don't like, Mercedes coming out and cutting a promo, and just ended it right there. And it would have been the truest statement that's ever been said. So, yeah.
Right.
Oh, Richard saying Stat attacked Sasha. That'd be interesting.
Stat could be. I still think I don't know. The Bibbin Stat Willow thing never made sense. When Stat lost the TBS title, we thought she was going to get a push towards the natural progression. And instead, she ended up in a Ring of Honor storyline. So Stat's been disappointing. I think she's got a lot of talent. Her booking's been terrible.
Does she go lead into the full heel like Beretta? Like, we saw them kind of have their little powwow backstage and everything. And I think that might lead into where we get full heel Stat, to where we could see Stat and Bivens paired together and they turn on Willow. Like, again, it's all a clusterfuck here. A little bit of, we all thought Stat was dropping the TNT title to go to the world title, not to just go back and hang around and go back after the title you gave up.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the fact that Thunder Rosa is getting an opportunity, but I'm not that excited about the idea of what it could be. As far as, does she win? I doubt it. I don't know.
But did you just say you doubt Thunder Rosa wins?
I do. The way it's built and then the way they're setting it up, I don't trust that Thunder Rosa can get the W.
I'll take Thunder in that match.
Fair enough.
Take Thunder in that match. Well, and I like it because we've talked about this and tying it back into NXT, which we just wrapped up and everything. It's a little Roxanne Perez and everything of she's going back after the title finally that she never lost.
Yeah, I think so. But I'm worried just the way the way Tony Khan books. I have no faith in Thunder Rosa picking up a win this weekend.
Well, AW is a little bit of whose match is it anyways, of whose storyline is it anyways. Welcome to the AW to where the matches are made up and the results don't matter anyways.
Julie Hart has been doing a lot in matches. She is a good champion. I never said she wasn't a good champion. She's just not a workhorse. She's not carrying the division by any stretch. She's been good for the mid-card girl, but that's all it is the mid-card girl with mid-card other semi working it out, trying to figure it out.
If Toni Storm didn't have the character that she did or whatever, if they didn't put a focus on that and have Maria May and everything like that, would you really be...
If Julia Hart didn't have the character she had and have would she whatever. Like... I was
no, but she's still having great matches and everything like that. Like Tony when's the last good Toni Storm match you saw? Respectfully.
That's a fair argument. I mean, and when's the last good Julia Hart match off the top of your head?
Her and Sky Blue in a tag team match. Because you know what? Because they wrestle so much, all I got to do is say that's a match. Because when's the last time you saw Toni Storm have a match?
The Deonna Purrazzo match sucked. She had a better match the week after. Again, it's two of the same cart. But
it is a little, two of the same coin here. Well, I like this. I would love to see Stat versus. Well, I wasn't going for that, but Athena's an unsung workhorse of AEW because she's behind a paywall though on Ring of Honor. She's been Ring of Honor champion for pretty much the existence of Ring of Honor under AEW, but no one knows about it. No one sees it. After the stroke we were having before and everything, I don't need that in my life right now.
Howdy's coming, folks.
I didn't know if Howdy was coming or I was going. There
we go. But yeah, no, I think we're gonna call last call on the chat tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that the last call alarm?
Right, that's it. We're good. Athena versus Nia Jax needs to be a team trunkety trunk. Okay. On that wonderful note, we are gonna pack it in. We are back tomorrow for AEW Dynamite. It's gonna be a fun one. The go home show for Dynasty on paper. There's a whole lot of shit going on tomorrow. So be here with us. We're back Thursday for Impact. Friday, we got SmackDown. Saturday, we have another pay-per-view as we hit into TNA Rebellion. And then Sunday, AEW Dynasty. We got more content coming your way, more things up our sleeve. So make sure you click like, subscribe, share, and YouTube. Thank you for fucking around tonight.
It's like, man's put the extra emphasis on the syllables of YouTube there. But yeah. Hey, tubes of you, our shit is real, our shit is raw. Fix your shit because when you talk about that rest, you better with that full or live with it.
See you on the flip side. Boom.